No, it's not pissing yet.
What's
Oh, it's
pissing?
pissing hard here. The sky.
Oh,
Is it
sky
pissing?
piss.
Pissing.
Well,
Oh,
yeah,
it
the
might be
piston's
pissing.
fucking pissing.
I didn't realize it was pissing. All I realized was kerplow.
I wouldn't try it. I mean, it'd be funny.
It'd be a lightning mage.
Justin, let me know when you're live so I can fucking do this again.
Hang on, I wasn't prepared.
You're fine. Just let me know when you're ready.
I need to actually like.
Why do you sound like you're in a tin can? Are you
He
in that
is.
sub?
Am I in a
He's
tin
trapped.
can?
Free him.
I am him.
He's the one that came up with the idea of putting a controller in that fucking sub.
Oof. Dude, I don't remember my Discord password. Hold on.
My God.
Dude, I'm sorry. I'm trying to get
Your
it on
Discord?
the PC. All right.
On his phone.
Gotcha.
All right, I'm going to break stream. We'll be back. We'll be back when Justin's fucking ready. All right.
I'm sorry. Okay, I'm mostly done. I just need to like. I'm live editing, kind of. I have like a, you know how OBS works. There's like a.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna go to the
He does
bathroom.
sound like he's in a tin can, right? That's not just me.
I sound like I'm in a tin can.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I thought I was going insane.
God damn it! Grab the correct box. How hard is it?
I saw how you were messaging that one guy. Yeah.
Messaging the one guy.
In Hunt.
I don't have hello.
Oh, that's why. Oh, that's stupid. Why is there a lock button? Okay, I think I'm ready. Oh, is Mr. Forsberg
Might
gone?
be on break.
Great. All right, I'm ready.
All right.
It's probably not enough break time to
We
cook
gotta
eggs.
come up with a. We gotta come up with a name. So that's what break time will be.
I have to fucking go to the bathroom. Jesus Christ. Chill out. bro.
How dare you?
How dare I have to go to the fucking bathroom? Jesus.
Exactly.
Okay. This is for Justin's stream. You guys keep thinking of names. Okay, so episode 9, Coilpunk. I'm not doing the disclaimer again. Get over it. An interlude. 3 weeks of blood. I don't know if you remember a stream. I guess this is the first time I'm going to read this and it's the only time I'm going to read it because I put it off the other 2 times. But now we're both streaming, so they get the read. In loving memory, if you remember, because you found Adam Frank dead in Tesla's office. In loving memory of Adam Frank, it is with profound sadness that we announce the passing of a truly iconic figure. Adam Frank, made famous or infamous among those of a scientific mind by the writings of Mary Shelley in her report Frankenstein, or the Modern Prometheus. The monster-turned-man captured the hearts and imaginations of countless individuals around the world. On this day, we bid farewell to a symbol of both fear and compassion, a creature of darkness and soul longing for acceptance, a soul longing for acceptance. That sentence is hard to say. Adam Frank, known for his towering stature and haunting appearance, emerged from the laboratory of Dr. Victor Frankenstein as a patchwork creation of life. From the moment he took his first breath, he faced a world that shunned him, fearing the unknown and different. Despite the adversity he encountered, Adam possessed an innate desire for connection and understanding, his heart yearning for the warmth of acceptance and love. Through Shelley's vivid prose, we witness his tumultuous journey as he navigated a society that rejected him. It was within this written record that we discovered the complexities of his humanity, his intelligence, and his deep longing for a place to belong. His struggles remind us of the universal human need for compassion and empathy, as well as the tragic consequences of isolation and the cruelty of prejudice. While often depicted as a fearsome creature, Adam Frank was more than just a monster. He was a symbol of the human condition, embodying the existential questions of our existence. God, I can't talk today. Our search for identity and the consequences of our actions. He evoked both terror and sympathy, challenging our perceptions on what it means to be truly alive. In his final days, Adam found solace and acceptance in the hearts of many. He transcended the pages of Shelley's report, becoming a true man of science at the apprenticeship of one Nikola Tesla. Today, as we mourn the loss of Adam Frank, we remember the lessons he taught us. He reminded us of the power of empathy, the importance of inclusion, and the profound impact of acceptance. His legacy will continue to inspire artists, scholars, scientists, and all those who seek to understand the complexity of the human condition. Adam Frank leaves behind a lasting impact on the scientific and academic communities. His memory will forever be entwined with the themes of creation, ambition, and the consequences of unchecked experimentation. Let us honor his memory by cherishing the diversity and uniqueness within us all, striving to build a world where acceptance and understanding prevail. May Adam find the peace and belonging he sought, forever resting in the annals of history. Farewell, dark creature. Dear creature, your spirit will endure, and your story will continue to captivate generations of young academics to come. And Tesla is missing. Apparently, there's a large reward for information regarding that, but he's missing. The Solomon's box that was also missing from Tesla's office. Also, you haven't heard from Father Gabriel, and you won't hear from him through the 3 weeks of blood. So that's a little concerning. You haven't heard from him since he fought the vampire in front of the Lockridge Brownstones, I believe. Right. So rejoining our heroes after they left the House of Horrors that you encountered last session, you attempt to return to the Hotel Talaria, only to find it has disappeared.
Oh,
And as you attempt to leave to find other housing that for that night, emerging from the shadows of an alley is Adrian Ramirez with a note that's now been dropped in the Discord general chat, and I'm not going to read it again. You might want to show your stream that because I'm not going to read it again. It's marked to whom it shall concern in the general chat in the
Can you
Discord.
hear me okay? Question mark.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
Sorry, I was just hooking it up through the headset, so I wanted to make sure it's working.
You're good. And so now Adrian Ramirez is right. Sal's closed Central Park because he's concerned because there's a lot of fog and a lot of vampires running around. So Central Park is closed.
Sounds like regular Central Park. What do you mean?
The mediator was left behind in the pocket dimension of the vampire den. So you guys can go retrieve him if you want to, but you would actually have to go retrieve him. So that's a whole quest on its own. So he's missing now too. And Connor O'Leary was left with scars from his traumatic torture at the hands of the vampires. He doesn't remember any of the information they were trying to retrieve from him.
No, that's good for you. What do you mean?
Right. So this is where we left off. Today we are working on finding a name for our party, and then we'll get into a bunch of other stuff that's gonna happen because you've reached the second tier of play in D&D. So some new stuff's coming in at you, and we're gonna get through it. It's gonna be annoying and sluggish because there's a lot to fucking talk about, but it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be. I'm saying this for me. It's gonna be fine. Nice fan, Doug.
Thanks.
Uh,
Oh yeah. Do we do a long rest?
yes, you are all good. It has been plenty of time. So, right. The 3 weeks of blood. New York City is for the next for 3 weeks it's just covered in fog and there's vampires running around and you're trying to deal with that right now. This is someone Jonathan Adams meets in a little bit, but for the moment, I'm going to return to where we left off before we got sidetracked. Adrian Ramirez is leading you to your new headquarters. He also gave you, as Tesla notes indicates, a nest egg of sorts. So he gave you 900 gold pieces that I believe Nick marked down somewhere.
Yes.
So Wilhelm probably has that little bag of gold.
Is he gonna give it to his family again?
I don't think so.
Maybe?
Is Adrian wearing lipstick?
Maybe.
Also, who is Adrian? I feel like I missed something.
My follower.
You have
I
a
haven't met him
follower?
yet. We haven't met yet.
This is. We'll get to it. Don't worry about
Okay,
it.
okay.
Just, you don't know that person. I guess
I
we're leaving
haven't
it on
met
this,
him yet.
this screen. No one's met him yet. That is someone we'll get to in a minute.
Oh,
But
and one more question, because I'm the only full caster. How many spells do you want me to know at level 5?
oh fuck, man, why are you asking me this now? I don't know. How many fucking fucking
I didn't know I was level
just
1.
decide. I don't know. Fucking how many do you have last level?
I just picked 2 more spells.
What class are you?
Wizard,
He's a wizard.
technically.
I don't know, man. Take one more than you thought you would. I don't know.
Okay, that works.
How generous.
Poggers.
Uh,
I
one
thought
more
I
than
would
you
need
thought you
20
would.
more
It could be a lot of
spells.
different things. I don't fucking know. I'm not that worried about it. You're fucking competent enough to figure it out.
Oh, I don't know if we can go that far.
I hope so. Right. So Adrian Ramirez is leading you all down a bunch of different corridors, through different buildings, through different alleys. You are completely lost by the time you arrive to where you are, and you come out to a street. There's a street sign placed nearby, so you could find this place later conveniently. You come to a building that looks abandoned. It looks like a completely abandoned building. Like the windows are shattered. There's boards on some of them. The door is like padlocked shut, you know. And Adrian Ramirez turns and he says, "This is the place that has been secured for you. Uh, it's a shell, but you know shells can be good. It's a good starting point. More of interest. There's a tenant in the basement that that runs a speakeasy, so that should help you along the way in case you're, you know, trying to loosen up or gain some information or anything like that. Right. So, you need anything else?
No, that'll be all. Thanks.
Okay. I should let you know. I guess I'm not sure Tesla really wanted me to tell you this, but I'm going to tell you it because I thought it strange. Tesla did not acquire this building. His name's not on the deed. Obviously, would be because they would put you in danger probably. But he didn't like the money didn't come out of his account, so I don't know who paid for this building. And no one else seems to either. So have fun with that. Good day. I'll see you perhaps when the Hotel Tulare returns. Maybe. We'll see. And he disappears back into the shadows.
All right,
So-
let's get inside.
Yeah.
We don't
We've
know
come
who
to this-
owns the building.
Yeah, we just need to get off the street for tonight. We'll talk about everything when we get later. Just not here.
All right.
I look around the mist. We have no idea who or what's listening.
Correct.
Walkity walk walk.
All right.
So assuming you guys go in, Adrian Ramirez definitely before he left handed you a key, right? So that opens the padlock. Get in. The building is literally on this floor, at least. It's literally just a shell of a building. There's walls. I mean, you can see like exposed beams. Like the walls aren't fully covered. Like it's very like this shit's been torn apart. You could build something here, but there's nothing here right now. It's just an empty shell of a building. So, what do you do? Is there anything you're looking for? Is there anything you're trying to figure out about the building? Does someone check for traps?
So it's just empty. There's nothing else of note here.
Correct.
Am I here?
Yes, everyone is here.
Oh,
Everyone
okay.
has been following your stream. Yes.
Okay,
Sorry, didn't
so
make that
where does this connect? Is there, so we opened up one door and there's a large room that is entirely empty, no other doors.
correct. There are walls, and there are places where it looked like there were previously doors.
How many
But-
windows are there? Are there windows in this building?
There's 4 windows on each wall, so that's 16 windows in total.
Are they
Rather
like
large windows? Yeah.
Are they like at ground level where we can see them, or high up? Like how? So is this just like a warehouse? Like I'm trying to picture this building.
Yeah. Okay. Hold on. Yeah. Let me get this straight. So there's 16 sets of windows. So there's one like at normal height, and then there's one up above.
Okay.
So it looks like maybe this probably like from the outside or just from looking at windows, it would have been like a storefront. So like window space to display things. Is
Oh.
very much the vibe of those windows.
Why don't we start with a good old fashioned perception check or think investigation just to see if there's anything else in this room we haven't noticed?
Perception is definitely just skeptical. Investigation is a little more in depth. You could
Okay.
maybe learn something. I don't know. Whatever you prefer.
Why don't we do a perception first? Anybody better at it than me want to do it?
You know,
No.
All right, I'll just roll.
I have +5
got a 12.
perception and +6 investigation.
I have a +1.
Perception.
Yes, 12.
12. Okay. So yeah, it's an empty shell. I'd say there's 4 rooms, right? But as far as like, they're not like walled off entirely. So there's like definitely 4 rooms. But whether or not like there's no closed in room. All the rooms are not completely not closed in, right? There's pieces of wall missing. Some of them look like, like someone punched a hole through them. All the doors are missing. So there's 4 rooms, and all those 4 rooms are accessed off this main room that you just entered into, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Again, looks pretty decayed. Not like decayed, but definitely like been stripped down for parts kind of deal. Yeah, very empty shell kind of gig. Windows, again, some of them are shattered, some of them are boarded over, that kind of thing. From perception check, I don't think there's anything else necessarily that you notice. Investigation might reveal something else if you wanted to, but
This is our home base. I glance
at the
around.
moment, yeah.
Why don't we say? Why don't we spread out, look around this room, see if we can find anything useful. If not, we'll gather up in the middle and figure out our next move.
Okay. So from this main room, there are 4 rooms that may open up off it, right? So, from left to right, we'll just call them rooms 1, 2, 3, 4. Who's gonna search room 1?
I can. I mean, assuming I'm with.
Yeah, everyone's here.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I can search room 1 if you guys are okay with that.
Yeah, go for it.
I'm going to 4.
Is
Take
it
2.
dark? Is it like dimly?
I guess
lit?
I'll be 3.
What are we?
Okay,
what are we dealing with?
So I'm assuming it's probably daytime.
Daytime.
Oh no.
It's probably mid-afternoon, but again, remember there's a lot of fog involved, so when there's daylight
I-
versus when there's not daylight, it's hard to tell exactly what time it is more specifically than whether there's daylight or not.
Just got out of the fog.
Controversial opinion. I don't know if we should split up. I mean,
So in here, there's no fog, right? So there's no fog inside, but there's also no like. I don't think there's any working like electricity in here.
oh, okay.
No lamps,
Gotcha,
no lights, none of that stuff.
And is it kind of like a hallway? Do you have like a picture up of what it looks like? What it's set up?
So I don't have a picture of this. I'm just momentarily constructing this in my mind. So there's the main square room, right?
Yep.
And then so the first room is on the left wall. The rooms 2 and 3 are on the back wall, and room 4 is on that right wall.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. So in the center of the room, I'm gonna like snap my fingers and cast create bonfire, so we have a little bit of light to work with
In the main room or in your room?
in the main room.
Okay, in the main
I'm
room. Yeah.
gonna immediately snap my fingers and turn that off because create bonfire lights a large fire on the ground of what's supposed to be our main base.
like-
I could cast light as a
It is-
cantrip.
As I said, it is mid-afternoon, so there's enough light to work or to
Okay.
search for sure. But like, it's just not like bright light.
Okay.
Sorry, I just thought burning down our base would be a bad starting
know,
point.
No, you have a point, because in my head I'm like thinking brick building, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, damn, arsonists, the lot of you.
Listen,
Of New
Definitely
York thinks
fire.
the
He's
same
got the
way.
right
I'm
idea.
sure.
It's definitely a brick building, but floors are definitely wood.
oh, wow. See? I mean, yeah, then let's search our rooms, boys.
I do have light as a cantrip.
I think you should probably cast that.
All right. What's behind door number 1?
Door
Okay,
number 1, what's in there?
So Connor or Lee, are you going to door number 1? Yeah, though there are no doors, by the way.
Does
so you
anyone
go into room
does
number
anyone
one.
want a light? Because I cast this on an object.
Hold on. Why don't you put it on my sword? That works.
Okay.
Okay, so Connor O'Leary with your lit sword, you go into room number 1. In room number 1, it looks like this was once upon a time, like the shopkeeper's office, if this was once a shop. So there's a desk, there's a bunch of parchment and like office supplies scattered all over the place. There is a nice big safe that is like no one would want to move that thing, so it just got left behind. But it's closed. It appears to be locked. That's really all you'd like. There's chairs, obviously, but some of the chairs are broken and in pieces. None of the chairs seem comfortable to sit in at the moment. Yeah, that is what you find in room 1.
Okay. I'm gonna kind of call out to the rest of the group. Nothing here.
Door number 2.
Door number 2. Who goes into door number 2?
That would be me.
Okay. In room 2, again, because there are no doors. In room 2, this definitely looks like it was stock room. So there's like they're basically just shelves. You can see a few boxes that seem to be empty or just filled with miscellaneous junk. Nothing of necessarily import. If you wanted to search some of what remains on the shelves more thoroughly, you could.
I will do that. Roll an investigation check, I assume.
Yep.
I got a 10.
So a lot of what you find is just like junk. You do find one thing that sticks out, kind of, and that is that there's like a pen-sized silver stake. Like it's like like a stake that you used to kill a vampire, just made out of silver, and it's about the size of a pen.
I'm gonna mentally pick that up and bring it to my face, kind of examine it a bit, then shrug and float it to my backpack.
Go ahead and roll investigation when you inspect it.
22.
Okay. As you kind of like go to put it in your backpack, you're like, "Oh, that's whatever." It catches the light coming in through the window, the very dim light coming in through the window, and just the right way to like give you pause. And when you look at it, there's an inscription on the side that's in a language you don't understand, but you've seen this inscription somewhere before. And you're not exactly sure where, but you're pretty sure you've seen it like in your childhood at some point.
Interesting. I will pocket it.
That's all you find.
Shake with familiar rune.
Who's going into room number 3? Unless
I-
you have something else you want to look for.
I do have one question. Of the few documents I have there, do I have any idea of what information was stored here? Like, what was
It
this
would've
place?
been, So it's an inventory list. Obviously, because you're in like the stock room, and from the items you see, it seems to be like some sort of general, almost a general store, but like for like office supply, not like office supplies, but like anything you would need as a business person. Like there seems to be like very fine dresses, very fine suits. Obviously there are only really parts remaining, so shirts, ties, that sort of thing. Almost like maybe this was a combination like tailor and fine writing supplies kind of store.
Gotcha.
That kind of vibe.
Sounds good.
In room 3, who goes into room 3?
That would be me.
In room 3, you find what seems to be. It seems to be a room that would have. Like, there's a cot in one corner. It seems to be like this was where the store owner might have slept when they were here. There's not a whole lot else in this room that you see at first glance. If you wanted to make checks, you could look further, but that's basically all it's here. It looks like someone was living in here, right? So there's a chair or a few chairs, a bookcase with some books, and there's just a cot. That's pretty much it. Anything you want to look at, Justin, specifically?
Sorry, I was muted. I said I was going to do an investigation check. I got a 25.
Saw that. That was pretty sick. Now I
Nice.
also realized you saw me roll.
Yeah, booming blade and firebolt. As you were inspecting the room. It's a harsh inspection.
Listen, man.
So, you guys, okay, so you rolled a 25 on inspection.
Yeah.
Investigation. You notice there's a box under the bed. Like it it would be like a fine jewelry box. But it's very small. It's like a wooden box with like fine filigree on it. No bigger than like no bigger than like a normal sized book, I guess. I don't,
It's
no
a
bigger
jewelry
than like
box.
2 hands.
Okay,
It's
yeah,
not very big.
a standard jewelry box,
Yeah,
but finely detailed.
correct.
Okay, I wonder why they didn't take that with them. Whoever lived here
You
previously.
can pick it up and look at it if you want to, and you get more
I
information.
wouldn't
but-
do that.
I mean, I might as well. Maybe we can find some clues as to who left it here and why. Maybe we can help them.
Are you gonna pick it up?
Yeah, I'm gonna take it out and maybe put it on the bed to inspect it.
Okay. So again, it's just fine filigree. It doesn't seem to be any sort of like inscription. It doesn't seem to like this. It's not like, oh, it's written in some language and it says something. No, it's just like fine filigree. The thing you do notice is on the top of the jewelry box in fine filigree is a crescent moon. And that kind of stands out because it's like not entirely weird to find on a jewelry box, but it seems strange if they've left something so clearly. This is an expensive thing.
Yeah.
Weird they left behind, and yeah, crescent moon.
Can I open it up?
Yeah. Go ahead and roll. Just go ahead and roll a d20 for me.
All right. That's not good. I got a 6.
I don't like that. Oh no! I saw it. No.
Maybe it's something I have an advantage in or something. I don't know.
Brother, pack him up. He's.
Why don't you make a con save?
Oh,
What I say? All right. What I say?
that's also not great.
No, it's not. I don't think it. No, that's bad. Okay.
Yeah, well, if it's charmed or if I'm being charmed, then I have advantage, and if it's magic to put me to sleep, then it can't work.
Oh, that's convenient because it does. There's a spray of mist that comes out and hits your face as you open it.
Oh, is it mist
And,
or magic?
It's a mist.
If it's magic,
but
it can't put me to sleep. If it's physical, then it can
it's a
definitely
magic.
put me to sleep.
It's a magic potion.
Oh, okay. Whew.
I don't. Where does that ability come from? I'd have to look at the fucking wording. But I
half-elf.
think you're safe from falling asleep.
I'm half
Oh, yeah.
elf.
Yeah. So I think you're fine. I don't think this is like a sleeping potion. So I think you're fine. So yeah, you just like, well, that was fun. You sneeze because it fucking went up your nose, but you seem to be fine.
Jeez.
Dusty in here, man.
Yeah. Jesus. What was
In
that?
the other room, bless
This
you.
box squirted at me.
Pardon?
Can
I'm assuming
I open it
you guys are
further
not
to
that far
inspect?
away.
Flipped and
Quit
shifted,
making
flipped and
boxes
shifted.
wet.
You guys are definitely close enough where you could hear each
So
other,
wait,
right?
Let me get this straight. I hear the fumbling of like a wooden box.
A spritz, and then,
And then I hear-
man, this box squirted at me.
And I hear a guy sneeze. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, meandering over.
Can I open the box?
When you open the box, it's a velvet interior. There's only one thing sitting in the box, and it is I'm trying to think what they're fucking called. It's like the thing. It's a stamp, right, that you put on wax. They use in wax. It's a seal, right?
Yeah.
This is a wax seal, like not like
Like the
It's
thing
thing you
used to imprint the
Yes,
seal on something?
that.
Okay.
Yes, it is one of those full silver, and it's the only thing in this box.
Oh. Can I look at what the image that it seals onto things? So
It's a crescent moon.
oh, okay, I figured. It's got a crescent moon on the top of the lid. Probably a crescent moon.
All right, room 4. Jonathan Adams.
Yay! Roll, roll, roll. I'm gonna use my last lucky.
Starting off strong. All right.
Wait, why are you on your last lucky already?
Don't worry about it. I used my luckies in the future.
Oh.
That is technically correct. Yes.
What?
Would that mean I still have them? No.
Don't worry about it.
Let's go with wow, perception. Yeah, that's just a straight 10.
So you walk into this room.
Very average.
At first glance, it very much looks like just another stock room. There's cupboards and shelves full of stuff. On closer inspection, this definitely appears to be like a tailor's office, like where you would get tailored done. Yeah, so it looks like a place in which a tailor would have worked. Sewing, that sort of thing. I believe there's probably even a sewing machine sitting in one corner of the room.
Cool.
Wait, they left their sewing machine?
That's an
Heavy
investment.
fucking sewing machine. It's like a big machine.
Oh, okay.
Oh. Okay.
Nothing
of them
here
things.
that interests me. I'm just gonna walk straight out. None of this interests me.
Okay. I'm
And
assuming
I'm
you all regroup in
actually-
the main room.
Going to investigate the room.
Yeah, we need to figure out. All right.
Whoa,
So
whoa,
when
whoa,
everybody
I think
fine.
I heard something about a box.
Hey!
exploding.
What did you want to say, Johnny?
Oh, I never actually investigated the room I was in, so I would like to do that if I can.
Okay, yep. Go ahead.
I know a lot of things.
Yes,
a
you
25.
fucking do.
You got the same investigation check as me. Goddamn.
You're in the office, correct?
Yep.
Okay, so you go over to the desk, you open a drawer. The first thing you see is a ledger. And it's a black ledger book. You could tell, like, it just looks like a ledger book. And on the front, filigreed in silver, is a crescent moon.
Hmm.
Do I know what that means?
Go ahead and roll. What are the fucking? Hold on, I don't fucking. Give me
That-
2 seconds.
Is
I
that
probably
Wo-
wouldn't know
Is
what
that
that meant.
Wowigian? Or is
Oh,
that
if it's religion, I probably would know what it meant.
it's Wowigian.
Norwegian. You
Norwegian.
can go ahead and roll. What fucking history?
Okay.
History, religion. Probably just history.
I have +6 in religion.
I'm not very good at
Nice.
the religion.
Yeah,
Uh,
you don't know what this is.
A fancy book. I'm gonna go through it and see if I can possibly find the code for the safe.
If you're looking specifically for the code, it's on like the front cover, like the interior of the front cover. In one of the corners is a code for the safe.
Oh, well, that's
I'll just
not
put
very
in the code
security
for the
conscious.
safe. The heck? I'm gonna call out to the rest of the group though.
Yeah, before you
know,
start opening safes
Yeah,
that
yeah.
maybe shouldn't be opened.
I'll make my way over with my squirting box.
Come on. I don't like. You can sit outside the.
I'm making my way over.
Yeah, all right.
And then I'm gonna start opening up the safe here. Yeah. Popping open that safe, baby.
Okay, so you put in the first 2 numbers. You go to turn it to the third number, and you realize the third number isn't there. It's not on the dial.
So like,
It's a good thing you can just keep going after you hit the other one. Just turn the other direction until it clicks.
yeah, I suppose. So I just. So like the
I
number
should not know
doesn't
how to crack
exist on the
safes.
dial, or there's like.
He's just opening it.
I don't know if Jonathan would know that. So
So
Wilhelm might.
the number, the third, so the numbers, so for instance, I think the code is something like 352375.
Okay.
The dial goes all the way to 100. 75 is missing.
Oh, like the number, or like does it
Is
just
it, like,
skip over
number?
that?
Off.
Oh, then
Yeah.
just to go to where there isn't a number where 75 should be.
No, like there isn't. It jumps. You can see the numbers 74, 76 are right next to each other.
Oh,
Sometimes you just gotta take it as a sign, and I'm gonna walk away from the safe. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave the safe because I mean,
can I do a deception check on the ledger?
That's not how deception works, but
Okay.
you could roll an insight on the ledger.
Okay, that might be more fitting.
I mean, maybe up to you though.
Okay, I'm not very insightful.
No, you're like, well, I mean, that seems to be the code.
that looks like it's a code to a safe to me.
I say, mind if I take a crack at it, and ask for the book. Yes. No. Oh, I just lost all of your guys' voice.
No, I'm still here.
Oh, no, I'm just waiting for.
I was
John
waiting
to
for
respond.
Connor.
I saw everybody's names lighting up, but nothing was happening. Oh no.
Oh,
Oh,
Good. I can hear everybody now.
none of us talked, I don't think.
Well, it's weird. I saw people's names light up. So, oh well.
Connor,
Who has the
hand
book?
Hand him the book.
Oh,
Connor,
do the
Connor
book.
over there.
I take the offered book, I think, and I roll an insight check on it, looking to see if there's some code in there.
Yeah, roll insight with advantage.
I completely forgot I was holding on to the book, so that's
Advantage cheats. Advantage, goddamn.
I got a
This is what
5
I
and a
thought about the book.
19. One sec, I gotta add my insight to it. Where is it? Insight.
you got it.
30-20.
Yeah. So you look at this code. So sorry, are you running just an insight check on it
Yes.
or an investigation?
Well, I suppose I thought I'm looking specifically for a code in there that is not in writing. I thought insight was it, but if it's investigation, I actually do have a higher investigation. It's a 23 if it's investigation. I just didn't know which
Okay.
was which.
Yeah, definitely an investigation in this case, right? Insight is
Okay.
just is the book lying,
Gotcha.
which is a silly
Book
thing.
is
because-
I was looking for the code.
Oh, that
Oh,
that was what I was
investigate.
rolling for. Okay.
yeah, I mean, yes. Investigation. At a 23. So you see this code on the back of the cover, the front cover. As you flip through the pages, you notice that instead of page numbers, it's phases of the moon. And so as you flip through the pages, when you come to the page that like would be numbered 75, instead of 75, there's obviously a moon phase, and that moon phase is it's a new moon. So it's essentially if you were to put that in new moon phase numbers, that would be 0.
All right. I relay what I just figured out to the party, and then I attempted on the door.
But the safe opens with
Oh.
that new code. Inside the safe, is a thing in our shelf. The only thing in the safe is. Hold on. Let me do some. Let me do a roll.
Yeah, you do that. Also, I realized the light on my sword is redundant because it already glows.
Yep, I wanted to figure that out.
So you were holding out a glowing sword to me and said, "Yeah, put light on this."
Yeah, yeah. Do it, man.
So, I mean, all right, if you insist.
You know what? You can't argue with people
I
sometimes.
mean, you did it, didn't you?
I did, yeah.
Sure. We got a double.
That'll
stack that
be
up.
on there for an hour. You got 20
Yeah.
feet of bright light and then another 20 feet of dim light for an hour.
Hear me out. I put it through a guy and make him glow on the other.
Do you think you would cast a funny shadow puppet?
Are people objects?
Oh no.
Depends on who you ask.
Well,
We're
you
stepping
see-
into dangerous territory here, boys.
Well, you see, gamer.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Nick, roll a d10 for me.
Let me dig out my D10. There we go.
I maybe
Like,
hadn't figured out.
got
what
a 9.
specifically.
Let's hope 9 was good.
I mean, it's one less than 10.
Well, 1 could have been good in this case.
That is also true. In that case, it is 8 more than 1.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Don't put that evil out in the world.
What are you rolling for?
That's a good question.
I think he's trying to spawn an item.
Oh.
Yes, in fact,
Ooh.
I am. I hadn't actually figured out what this item was before.
It
so
materializes
here we
in
are.
the safe as we're watching.
We watch and stare as the empty safe as an item slowly begins to depixelate and be uncensored. Very slowly. It's like the loading bar when internet isn't working. The page is
This
loading.
was originally
It's that
locked
one
behind a
scene from
paywall.
ASAO Unbridged where that one chick is lagging the fuck out because the place to burn it.
Yes.
Okay, so on the shelf there is a set of 2 rings that are tied together, that are bound together by a chain.
Is that supposed to be worn by one person or 2?
Depends on what you're into.
It.
Or
If you
is
look
it
at
even,
it, the chain is not long enough to be worn by more than one person.
is it even meant to go on a finger though?
Can I do a... What would that be, an Arcana check?
I would
could
trust
do an Arcana
me with
check.
your Arcana checks.
Do you have, I have +6.
I've got +7, buddy.
All
I
right,
also
all
have
right.
7.
You do a
I
plus.
got
You
I'll
do.
have
seven,
you know I'm
buddy.
pretty intelligent.
Oh, I see.
I am not intelligente. I am very not intelligent.
I am
Alright,
wisdomful.
I am actually not wise
Damn.
at all.
All right.
Oh,
Keep
goddamn!
going.
All right.
Okay.
Connor O'Leary, you have seen a ring like this before. Not exactly like this, but you can tell kind of what it is. So this is a ring of elemental command.
I'm
and-
gonna need to write that down somewhere.
Connor O'Leary has seen a ring of fire elemental command. So this is not a fire elemental command ring, but it is some sort of ring of elemental command.
Wait, there's 2 rings on it though, yeah?
Yes.
What's
it
the other
is
one?
One ring of elemental command. That is
Oh.
how elemental command rings look. Yes.
Yeah, you gotta wear them on your finger like this, and I proceed to put it on. And is it spaced out in between 2 fingers, or is it just on 2 fingers connected?
Which element
Doesn't
is it?
matter.
I don't know, but
You
we're
don't
about
know.
to find out. And I know it's not fire, right?
Correct.
Okay, that's probably safe then. You probably won't burn down the place. Try to do something.
Wait, flood it.
I'm gonna aim at the safe.
That's made of metal, probably.
Don't. We actually have the combination of the safe. It might be useful.
Never mind.
And maybe just open the front door and shoot it into the mist.
That's a good way to expose the secret base.
Oh, I didn't
Good
realize it
point,
was
good
a
point.
secret base.
Hold on. Where's the box that pissed at you?
Oh, I'm holding it. I kind of want to see.
Are you gonna piss on the
I want to.
box?
I think I want to investigate this later. Figure out how it works.
Okay, we're not gonna blast the box. All right.
Yeah, DM, I have a
Can I
question.
just like
for you.
set
I'm gonna
up a
put you in my
bottle that I
confessional.
find? Is there a bottle on the ground?
Can we?
Maybe we
invite
could.
Rando just-
Maybe we could roll out.
Hey! What did you ask, Nick?
I would.
I sent you something confessional.
Oh,
All right.
Oh, okay.
Meanwhile, I would like to. Can I roll to see if I find like a bottle or something, or is there just like a bottle or something I can find on the ground?
I wanna use my new thaumaturgy cantrip, and pull out one of the suits from that we found earlier. Can I do that?
that's a good idea.
Yeah, you can do that.
Hello.
I'll do that.
DM.
Yeah. Hold on, Connor.
So I see the floating suit, right?
Yes.
I'm a blast. Or I'm gonna attempt to blast it with whatever is in my hands right now.
So we started blasting.
Do I have to roll to try to use a magical device?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead and roll a d20 plus. You have a magical ability, yes? Like,
Yeah.
I think it's roll whatever that is.
Whatever your modifier is.
Correct.
for
That.
my,
Yeah.
for
Whatever your spell
disadvantage?
modifier is.
Oh, spell mod, cool. All right. Oh, it's the same as my Arcana. We'll just roll that. That works. That's not good. All right.
Nothing
not-
happens.
Nothing happens.
If I may, can I take a look at that box there?
This one?
Yeah, that one.
Sure.
I take the box and I'm gonna roll an investigation check on it.
Go ahead.
Dirty 20.
Okay.
Oh, I lied.
Wilhelm
I
von
thought that was a +1. Investigation's a +4. That's a 23.
Perfect. Wilhelm von Nuremberg. You have seen boxes like this before. Your father has one in his office. Has two in his office actually. Both of
Ooh,
them
high roller.
very similar to this. Is there anything you want to know specifically?
Is it trapped? Can I open it safely, or is it also going to continue to spray at me if I open it?
Will the
Unknown.
squirty box squirt?
There's a key
Um,
piss in his
You
mouth.
can't unless you open that. You wouldn't be able to tell from the outside.
not even with a spicy 23 investigation check.
No.
I'm gonna tilt the box away from me and I'm going to open it.
It is now aimed
it-
directly at me.
away from general people.
It spritzes again. But the mist just kind of falls to the floor. Nothing happens.
I'm gonna look inside the box.
Inside the box, just as before, it's full of velvet, and inside is a singular item. It is the stamp for a wax seal.
Same as the box.
Yep.
All right, and I'm going to close this and say, I'm gonna keep this.
Oh, I wanted to keep it.
I think this is kind of my family's property. I flip it up and look at the seal in there, and I point at the sigil on it.
Oh, that's your sigil.
I am also making the mental connections now of why a backer that was not in Tesla's name that is rich enough to purchase a house like that. Likely my father, as he sent me here to work for him. That makes a likely connection between the two as this being here. Which means good news. Actually, maybe bad news. This place might be known. If anyone who's trying to figure out where we are knows of my father's connection to this, they could look up records and see of if he was involved in purchasing this building. Then they'd be able to figure out where we are.
I mean, it depends on how long he's owned this, I suppose.
Oh, you know what? I actually have something in mind. I have a stamp set of my own in my Nobles kit thing, so I pull
Correct.
out my own one and look at it. So that too.
So what are you? Sorry, what are you trying to learn? What do you?
Oh, I was just thinking that from the connection of this being here, as well as knowing of my father's connection to Tesla, is
Right.
likely to say that he was the one that purchased this building for Tesla.
Yeah, that seems likely.
If so, if anyone like the society that tried to murder us and then had the vampire spree started immediately after, I forget the Illuminati people, if they know of my connection to them to Tesla, which they definitely do, they would think they could look up information about my family, like my father, in any building he's purchased in the region, and know this location.
The information on the owner of the building would be probably be found in the ledger, if you were to look for it.
Okay, so
As
what I was
far as
getting, what
the
I was
ledger has
getting
no
at is that might be a connection link that people could that our enemies could figure out the location of this building.
Did Adrian say
It could
that
be,
it was
yeah.
purchased recently, or that it was given to us recently, and that was like the
really
only?
say.
Anyway,
it's
we
like
can
an
continue.
old family
Okay.
heirloom, or not heirloom, but property.
Well, to be safe,
Unknown.
we can
Again,
stop
he
using
didn't say.
last names out in public for a while.
How many properties does your dad own? How likely is it that they'll check this place?
Don't entirely know, if I'm being honest. A lot
Well-
more in Germany than here.
Oh,
Is the answer more than 12?
Probably.
Yes.
Straight up, yes.
I feel like they got a lot of places
That-
to check.
That is the answer there is that Wilhelm, the character, would know the answer to be more than 12. Yes.
Yes. Yes. Then yes. All right, we can continue going on. That was a side tangent that I figured. I figured when I saw the half moon sigil on there.
Okay.
Wait, is the sigil on the ledger book?
Yes.
Okay,
It's
so
on the
then
front cover of the ledger book.
then this has been in your family for a long time, then probably, if they were running a business here.
That's strange. I didn't
Um,
think we had anything over here.
Yeah, that would be strange, wouldn't it?
Can we look at the dates in the ledger book?
Yeah.
I would like to do that.
The first dates in the ledger book go all the way back to the founding of New York City.
Okay, I think we're safe.
Yeah, we're probably safe then. They'd have to do some deep digging for that. Probably safe. Then again, they're kind of modeled after the Illuminati, so maybe not. But I'll take those odds.
Well, I mean,
Alright,
if it's that old, then it might not even be. What?
Are there any recognizable names in that ledger book?
Oh, good point.
Recognizable to who?
We'll flip to the last page and show it to Wilhelm.
I'm not looking at the ledger book right now. I was saying that to
Oh
the
yeah,
person.
Okay.
I'll take a peek at the later entries.
Wilhelm, you do notice one or two names that you connect with like distant relatives, but like no one you've ever like met before has been spoken of in your family specifically or
Okay,
significantly.
I think we're good.
Probably fine. Few distant relatives. Don't think any of them living.
Okay. Well, yeah, I think we're good then.
All right then. Anything? Did anyone else find anything of interest that we want to talk about? Because I think from this discovery, this building is likely secure. I don't think it had been discovered. Our only downside is we don't know what happened to Tesla, and we don't know how deep his information network has been compromised. That's the only hiccup about this. But seeing as this place isn't currently being swarmed or potentially bugged, I think we're okay.
Well, this looks like a good enough place as any.
Do we all know about the stake, or is that just whoever picked it up?
Well,
I
don't
didn't
know
do
about
that.
it. I don't
Oh
think
yeah, I
that
should.
was really
I forgot about
confirmed.
that. I should. I take out the
Oh.
silver stake. This is the other thing I found, and I set it down. Show it.
I see. It's a
Um,
silver stake.
if anyone wants to roll religion for it, you could.
Ooh, I could do that. 14.
Yeah. You're particularly aware of what this is. This is a tool used in like across regions and religions and different variations of the church and its religion. In a ritual to kill a werewolf.
After you'd say that, I flip it once and then I hand it to you. Figure it's probably worth the trade.
That's fair. I'm going to immediately hand it to Jonathan. The muscle.
I'm going to be very happy, and I'm gonna I find somewhere to strap it to my chest somehow. I just leave it in like a fold of clothing
You
or something.
absolutely have a bandolier just hanging around in your pack. You can totally throw it on that.
Gotcha.
I figure if it suits anyone, it suits the religious muscle.
All right.
Mhm.
If we finished our exploration of this, did anyone find a room that was semi-comfortable?
I had the bed in mine.
All right, that room it is.
I don't know if there was more than one bed.
Yeah, it's a room that had somewhere someone could sit.
I thought we were talking about sleeping.
We could figure out sleeping in a second. We need a strategy meeting first.
That's fair.
There is a desk in one of the rooms.
I'm gonna grab the chair. Is there a
The
chair
room you're
there?
in right now. Yeah.
Yeah,
there's
I heard
one
broken chairs. How many broken chairs are there?
There are in this room 4 broken chairs and 1 chair that is reasonable to sit in, but it's not in great shape.
Oh, perfect. I take all the chairs over there and I say, someone take a hand and help me with the broken chairs and put them in a pile over here.
Okay. I can.
As they're in each of their piles, I close my eyes and then the chairs begin to reform as I cast mending on each of them.
Oh, I can help with that.
All of the chairs are mended. Whoever casts it doesn't matter. They get mended. They get fixed. You have 4 chairs and a desk.
All right. Let's bring our chairs into that room there. Sit down and let's talk strategy.
Okay. So while I'm gonna cut from let your characters share strategy to let's us the players discuss the things that have changed in your party.
Yep.
I'm just gonna full out just spread out how this is gonna work. Again, I know some people weren't here and yada yada. Sorry, let me write down what that ring actually does because I should know what it does for later. Okay, so first of all, as a party, we should decide what your name is going to be.
All right, let's start with that then. Just does anyone have any good ideas from what they looked up?
I threw a couple in general that
I was looking at those
the
earlier. but I
AI
haven't
popped
had a
out.
chance.
I don't know. They all feel like they start off good, then fall off a cliff when I was looking at them.
True.
Yeah, they're really struggling, especially with the second half.
Yeah, it's like they always got good ones, like good Vanguard Investigators. Oh, that's cool. Oh, Ghastly and Infernal Legion. Okay, doesn't really work.
Yeah.
Yorths of the supernatural.
Yeah, I don't know where Yorths came in. I feel
I
like
think that
one
is
was
an
the
actual
closest.
word, but
I know,
Van?
but
Okay,
I
okay.
think that
You know
was
what? Say what you want, but I love Wraith so much, dude.
Yeah, no, Wraith is really good up until like the last word.
Haunts.
Yeah, Watchers of Relics, Anomalies, and Infernal Terrors and Haunts. How about instead of in Haunts of Hell?
oh, that works.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
okay.
good.
I
That's
kind
a
of like
banger.
that. The-
Chalk it up.
All right, now are we going to be Wraith or are we going to be the Wraith Foundation?
Oh,
Hmm.
Earliest it would be Friday. It would be Friday night.
Interesting. I kind of, not gonna lie, I kind of like the idea of the foundation. Like, so Wraith is good, and that's good too. But not gonna lie, I was kind of just interested in the SCP thing because I thought that'd be kind of amusing to have. I was having us as that we could each have our own individual thing inside of it. I don't know what we could do though. I am good with Wraith if we want to do something that's a bit more ours.
We could do like something of Wraith, like Knights of Wraith or something. Guardians of Wraith.
Nah, it's already an abbreviation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it should just
Um,
be Wraith
Yeah,
I see.
or the Wraith.
That is
Foundation, I
fair.
guess.
That
I'd
is
be
fair.
down
Or
with
the
the
Wraith
Wraith
Foundation. I'm kind of Team Wraith Foundation.
All right, I'm down
Hear
with
me
it.
out. Instead of foundation, just do core. So Wraith core.
That feels too much like Nightcore in my brain.
Yeah.
You just ruined it for me too. All right, never mind.
Or like the like core and pixie core, like that whole thing.
Wraith Society? No, I like Foundation better.
The Wraith
Yeah,
group.
let's.
Wraith Group sounds like AA.
It does. I just got my
Yeah.
30 days ago.
I like okay, Wraith Foundation. Anyone else going once, going twice?
I like it.
I'm kind of mixed feelings on it
All right.
because it feels derivative, but
I'm going to leave it currently as just Wraith.
Okay.
All right.
If you in game want to go as the Wraith Foundation, that's fine. I'm just gonna leave it as Wraith.
I
for
just
now.
like that because I like the idea of, oh, what if we want to say, who are you guys with, but we don't want to just outright say? We could just be like, yeah, the Foundation.
Yeah.
It's the same way the Illuminati goes by the organization.
Yeah, something like that.
So I think that makes a lot of sense in world to be like, oh, they're the organization, we're the foundation. Like, it's silly, but
That's fair.
it's
No, that
fun.
makes sense. That makes sense. I like it.
So I'm gonna let that stand. I think that's good. Moving on from that, let me just check some information.
I agree. I
Let me
think
check some stuff
I think the Knights
real
of
quick,
Wraith
and then
sounds
if you guys
very
want
cool,
to talk
but
about
Wraith
what
is an
you as a
abbreviation
group
already.
are going
So
to do in these 3 weeks
that
of
is
blood,
the,
well, these vampires are running amok. That might be a good idea.
Okay.
the,
Hear me out.
antithesis.
Oh, you go first. Sorry, I cut you off.
I was feeling like we should first try to establish what has happened so far and things like that. So, for example, our backer Tesla is now gone. So we've lost any more support we have except for this. We potentially might have some backing from my family. Other than that, the Illuminati is now our enemy, so that is a problem. And also, we definitely have pissed off whatever vampire cult because they are letting loose on the city.
Oh, also, I think a number of gods are trying to move against us.
Okay, we also have gods as our enemies.
Just a couple.
And I would just like to clarify.
I'd
our
like to
resource-
clarify. I'd like to clarify. Technically, just one god is moving
Okay,
against.
Oh, okay,
one
okay.
god is
But-
moving against it. Anyway,
I'm gonna say
It's still more
like
than
this.
0.
and our resources are what's inside of our inventory: 900 gold that we got from Tesla and this abandoned building.
I could forge us some new identities and we could leave the city.
Good plan B.
Got a place out
That's
in
a
the hills.
solid plan B. I'm
I got a-
open to other suggestions, though. I just want to lay out. Am I missing anything? Anybody else got something on there? That's our current situation. We
I mean,
could
My family's got a super nice house out in Montana. Let me tell you. All
And
right.
we also
We
have
also
Germany
have
as
Tin
an
Can.
option.
We have Tin Can.
Oh, we do have Tin Can.
He's abandoned inside a haunted house, but we could go back and get him.
Okay, we don't have Tin Can.
We would just need some way to get him out of a hole in a dimension. God, that sounds weird when I say it.
Yes, it does.
We just need to traverse the dimension hole.
Yeah, you just say that like it's a regular.
Okay,
tweet.
look. First we had
All right.
boxes, and now we're on fucking dimensional.
What are you saying? That isn't your Tuesday?
Yeah.
All right,
I
think
have
we
an
should-
extra dimensional hole that I need to traverse into to get
All right,
Tin Can.
so
right?
I think we need to do. First, we need to establish this base as something a little better. Probably, depending on how much time left of the day, we'll clean this place up. Mending people with mending can go around and fix all the stuff, clear out the dust, make this as an actual functioning building. Secondly, we should probably compartmentalize. There's vampires out and all there. I think we're standard operating procedure. We should probably try to capture one of them, get some information out of them. Other than that, we probably would leave fuck names. Jonathan should probably go out and about and see if he could do something about the vampires with his cross of burn everything.
I could call the numbers down just a wee bit.
His cross of fuck everything in that general direction, yes.
We also definitely need information and we need contacts. We need to be able to. We don't know nearly enough, so
I mean, I could
information
reach out
gathering.
to some of my contacts in the city and see what I could come up with.
I think we're about as close to rock bottom for most of the things that we should be not there for.
We also,
as we can be.
if we're gonna be fighting vampires, we're gonna need a lot of supplies. I don't know if you have any contacts left with the church, but we need as many stakes, holy water as we can get. We're also gonna be able to need people to do that such staking. This is like a large citywide event. It seems like. Do we know how much the fog does the fog contain the entire city? We don't even know that. What about the non-magical people? They seem to be not noticing this, right?
I think they've mostly just stayed indoors, right? Or if they don't, they get abducted and brought to that horrifying place.
And turned into vampire spawn. So either way, maybe we could capture a vampire spawn and find the vampire that's turning the people.
Well, I think,
That
don't we
sounds
know
like
where
a
it is?
Terrible idea.
Also,
Well, we know
aren't
where
they
we-
linked?
Didn't we slay a vampire in there?
Yes. I don't think it was the only one, though.
Yeah, I feel like there are more.
I think just based on the fact that the fog is still there.
All right, let's start this out with trying to get in action. First off, I think most straightforward, Jonathan. I think you're your attack force. You're probably going to be going out there using your cross of Able to take out vampires. I'd like your first job of that is I would like one of them alive and brought back to us.
Maybe not brought back to us. Brought
alive.
back to a separate
They won't
location.
leave alive. Yeah, not yet. Well, it doesn't matter if they brought it back here. They're not leaving here alive.
What aren't I think maybe are they linked? Are vampire spawns linked to the vampire?
Not mentally.
Okay. So they don't have a general sense of location.
At least to my best of my understanding, look at Jonathan.
Can I do a religion check?
Yes. For what?
I want to see if I remember any knowledge from the church on whether vampires are linked with their spawn or not. I rolled a dirty
Yeah.
20.
So. Wow. Okay. So, like, you have books and books and books and books on this research because it's, you can't fucking understand this shit takes fucking time and research.
Yeah.
There's a couple different theories that the church has, but there's no solid answer. There's definitely a connection of some sort, obviously, because the spawn seem to serve their master basically at command. As far as how far that extends, right? Some theories say, oh yeah, well they can sense where their spawn are and when they die, and there's others that are like, no, that's pretty much the end of it. They get command over their spawn, and that's it. It's very unclear because of that, so you don't know.
All right, then better safe than sorry.
Yeah.
All right, so that's one thing, but then we got to figure out what the rest of us would be up for.
I should probably go with Jonathan.
All right.
I can go to the church. I think I have advantage against being charmed, so I can traverse the fog and try and find my way there.
All right, I can try to make contact with my father and see what if his information network has survived whatever purge happened.
While we're out there, if Jonathan and I come across somebody I might know, we could probably press them for info on
Remember,
what's kind of going on.
first step of this is information gathering. I think a list of questions we need to figure out. Let's just think of it off the top of bed: vampire locations, numbers, Illuminati location and numbers, either or depending on who we get. What the general plan is, why they encase the city in fog, why they're doing what they're doing. How long have they been planning of this? How many of them are there? Things like that. Anything we could get.
What is the duration of the fog? Like how
What's the
quickly can
timeline?
they do whatever they're trying to do?
Anyone else think of any other questions?
I mean, I think we should ask for the public's take on what's going on.
That's true. If we go out there, we can figure out what their cover story is or how they're making the mortals not notice this.
I think that's it.
All right.
I'm
Thus
ready to go
concludes
fishing.
the first meeting of Wraith. Everyone clap.
I'm clapping, but you can't hear it.
Felt like a meeting, bro.
All right,
I feel
break.
like we're
DM.
clearing our- Okay, cool. So you guys have this meeting. You go about kind of trying to clean this space up. Sometime towards like when it starts to be like dinner time, so very early evening or late evening, whatever, mid evening. You get a knock on the front door.
Is there a peephole?
Get your
No,
weapons ready.
This is a very solid door to keep like looters out of this house or out of this space.
Is there a window I can peek through that I can
There are a
see
number
through
of
the
windows
front
you could
door?
peek through. Yes.
All right, I'm gonna peek through the window to look towards the front door.
Perception.
Yay. Here goes another bad roll, most likely. Yep, 2. Not 2. Sorry. 9.
You can see the vague figure of a person at the front door through the fog.
I just kind of shrug.
I look over at you and do motion thumbs up or thumbs down.
Again, just kind of.
Well, I shrug and think fuck it, and
Yeah, I'm gonna get ready to cast spells.
What's the password? Or just password.
You just hear another knock.
That's
Password.
not promising.
So I'm gonna pull out. Hold on. We have to. Look
I'm
at the
so
material.
ready for him to just say just a random password.
He's gonna be like Wraith, and we're gonna be like, "How did you know?" I have to look at the material components for this. Cool. I ready a tiny little ball that looks like dirt.
Oh boy.
Uh,
Okay. The second time you say password, the voice from the other side says, "I didn't know there was a password to an abandoned building."
I'm gonna open it.
I
And go,
open. No, I open.
well,
Oh, damn it! I was gonna say that's the password. Come on in.
I was going to say the exact same thing. I was gonna say, well, we didn't have one yet, so that's the new one.
I open the door.
Yep.
On the other
I'll let
side
you
of the
do it.
door is I don't have art for this character actually, which is really a shame.
oh no.
But is a middle-aged woman who has silver hair and blue eyes, and she has an apron on, but is wearing like a very fine dress.
I'm gonna turn to Jonathan. While I'm holding this little ball of dirt, and I'm gonna be like, "Should I blast her?"
Not yet.
Can I do an insight check to see if she has any ill intentions immediately?
Yes, you can do an insight check.
All right, I got a 20 plus 5. 25.
He knows
That's a
body
nat
language.
20, my guy. My guy. This is a woman, and she's a very stern woman, but she is in no way here to do harm.
Okay, I'm gonna lower my weapons.
You had your weapons out?
Oh,
I
yeah.
didn't even have my weapons out.
I'm gonna
Oh, yeah.
put the ball of dirt back into my pocket.
What do you do?
Well,
Who
what's
are
your
you?
name, miss?
I'm Evie Monroe. I run the speakeasy downstairs.
There's a downstairs.
Yeah, it's on the side, the entrance on the side of the building. Did you not? You guys don't look around the whole building before you come in?
We saw. What brings you here?
Well, I'm just here to talk about rent. The last landlord at the set rate, and I'm hoping it doesn't change at all. Want to make sure we're all above board, and you don't have any problem with me running like a speakeasy downstairs.
Yes. We don't have a problem with that.
I'm going to be a little bit
What are your
a little bit
hours,
miffed,
actually?
a little bit irritated.
Well, we're open from sundown to sunup. Anytime there's moonlight, that's when we're open.
Jonathan, you are a man of the cloth.
Aye, and I'm also an Irishman. Jesus turned water into wine. Don't forget that.
That is blood.
That is the greatest
Good
justification.
fucking point, Jesus. Yeah, and she's
Goddamn
just like,
Irishman.
which of you is the new landlord?
I'm gonna point to Will.
That would be me.
I believe I was told you are a member of the family. Is that correct?
That's correct. Yes.
I was instructed to give you this, and she hands you a letter, an envelope at least.
I
Here's
take
the
it
letter.
and I open it.
It is a letter from your father. This letter opens. Will, the time has come. Tesla has fallen, but not all hope is lost. A plan has been in place. I know I've held you at arm's length, but there has been a plan. I don't know if you remember. I don't know how much you looked into the shady things I've done, but I assume at some point in your life you've read many newspapers, or it's likely you've heard of something called the Crescent Syndicate. Well, it should truly come as no surprise, considering our likeness to their sigils, that we have been running the Crescent Syndicate as a family since well before my time. The Crescent Syndicate is perhaps the most prolific crime family in the world.
Hmm.
I pass now what is the North American branch of it to you. I know you did not always understand the plan, but trust that there has always been a plan, and you have always had a place at our family's table. Love, Aaron.
Did he read this letter out loud?
No,
no.
no, 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 no.
I just don't have that letter written down anywhere, so
I'm going to put that letter
Sorry.
back in its envelope, put that into my shirt, and say, thank you. Before, did you have anything else? You were mentioning your rent.
yes, and she hands you a bag of gold. It's 1,000 pieces of gold.
And this is for how often?
This is every quarter.
That'd be like what we did.
That means a quarter of a year you're going by. I'm
yes,
assuming?
yes,
Okay.
correct.
Dude,
This will do for now. I'll have to take a bit of time to get acquainted with the state of affairs, but assuming this is no problem, you could take it as for now the same rate will apply.
Very good. And she at this point she's looking at you, but she's very much side eyeing your companions as if she's not sure if she can trust them.
Knew I should have blasted her.
I say, thank you. Is there anything else, or is that it?
And she says, "I think we should meet at another time. There's perhaps much we should discuss about your family's operation here in the city."
Thank you. I'll make some time for that a little later.
I'm gonna ask, who were the previous landlords that you were paying money to?
I glance over there and I shake my head at him.
She
I'll
just
stop
kind of
asking.
looks at you and looks between you and Will and doesn't answer your question. And she's like, "If that's will be all, I'll head off and
I'll
let
find
me
you
know when
later.
you can meet
Thank
with
you.
me." She leaves.
I look over, wait for her to go and come back, and I look over. I flop the letter down on a table. So I'm part of a crime family.
I'm gonna slam the table and a crime family.
Yeah.
You're a criminal.
I mean, I no more than I've committed in your committed things. I found out about this in this very letter right here.
Okay. At this point, DM's gonna step in. Your party has some new powers at play. There's some new things you can do. Now I've got to introduce some new mechanics. So your party has organized itself, sort of. So you going forward, and this is kind of how this happens in game, is kind of at the discretion of Will because he's the person who runs the Underworld Syndicate. But your party is organized as an Underworld Syndicate. Your organization is an Underworld Syndicate acting from the shadows, running agents who might be thugs, spies, killers, or cutpurses. The resources you control put you in a perfect position to undertake clandestine activities, morally ambiguous deals, and jobs not for the faint of heart. You go in, you get the job done, and you get out again, all without anyone knowing. Or, if you're especially good at what you do, you leave everyone thinking someone else was responsible. So there's a number of things mechanically that we can get into. I'm not going to right now, but the important part is that you should know is that Underworld, you are now all the officers of an Underworld Syndicate. Mechanically, at least, I don't. Again, as far as roleplay wise, kind of up to Will because he's the godfather of the mob boss.
Apparently, apparently if memory serves, did Letter say I'm in charge of North America's crime syndicate?
It does in fact say that. Yes.
Neat.
This seems to go against church
Neat.
teachings.
Yeah. Are they cool with this?
Life happens, all right. They'll
I have
a question we'll get to in
very,
a second.
very mixed feelings.
For right now, Underworld Syndicate officers gain access to the following titles, each of which grants a character the noted additional features. So I'll go through the titles, we can discuss who should get what, and I can also go through the features. So, Enforcement is one of the titles, along with Narcotics,
I wonder
Negotiations, Operations, and Records. I can go through what those entail, or we can discuss.
I think
for what role.
enforcement is
could
fairly
you-
obvious.
Could you throw each of those out in general so I could look at them?
Yeah. Yes. I'll throw the titles out. I can throw the rule specific stuff out, but I think I'll just throw the titles out for now.
Yeah, just the titles because I want to. A list being spoken out loud and in front of me are different.
Yep.
Agreed.
I wonder who that first one's gonna be.
Yeah,
I wonder.
I'm wondering who
on.
the second one is gonna be.
you're gonna give it to me, and it's going to be run at the ground.
Okay, so can I only give one title per person?
Correct.
So there's 5 titles, and there's 4 of us though.
Correct.
Cool. So we probably are gonna leave out narcotics unless. Does anyone want to be charged of the Mexican drug cartel? Because I'm apparently in a position to give that title out.
We could give that to the lady downstairs. I don't know.
That would seem to fit, actually.
the first person we met.
I suppose. Hey, you want to be in charge of a Mexican drug cartel, kid?
That would be a very big
So,
promotion.
enforcement is definitely going to go to Jonathan. Are
Yep.
we all
Yep.
good with that? I assume.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I think I could probably take either records or negotiations.
Should I go through what all those mean?
Yeah. Enforcement's pretty self-explanatory, but you can hit us up with the others.
Okay, so just mechanically, it offers you some bonuses. So enforcement. So Jonathan, this is you. You gain proficiency with light, medium, and heavy armor. Additionally, any enemy within 5 feet of you has disadvantage on melee attacks against any of your allies within 5 feet of you. And I will send all this out eventually.
that's
Okay,
what-
good, because
that's a
I was
sensible
paying
feat.
attention to the first part, looked to see what I already had, and
Hear
then
me out. Blade Singer with heavy armor proficiency. What do we think?
Okay, that is no. Wait, can you still cast magic if you have proficiency in it? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, that is noted. I will have to note that because that might be better than a paladin. Because paladin already has that.
I was about to
Well,
say
you
I
can
already
do-
have heavy armor.
Yeah. Plus, you can just take Sentinel.
Okay,
I
okay.
mean,
Well, let's
Gale
hear the
does.
rest. But let's duly note it. Let's
I'm
read
not
through
wearing
these.
heavy armor, but I have all armor.
Okay, narcotics. You had advantage on saving throws against poison. Additionally, when a creature within 5 feet of you that you can see is reduced to 0 hit points, but not killed outright, you can use your reaction to give that creature a stimulant. The creature regains a number of hit points equal to 1d8 plus your proficiency bonus, and gains a number of temporary hit points equal to 10 plus your character level.
I hate to say that fits me, but it kind of does.
Do you want to be my drug cartel? Okay. Okay.
Negotiations. You gain proficiency in the persuasion skill. You can make a charisma check with advantage, and can do so again after you finish a long rest. That's strangely worded. Additionally, you can cast the Disguise Self and Suggestion spells, requiring no material components. Charisma is your spellcasting ability for these spells. You can cast each spell once in this way, and regain the ability to do so when you finish a long rest.
Do you have these written down?
Yes, I'm trying to get to that right now so I can
Do-
send it to you. Please
Okay,
hold.
alright.
I'm going to keep reading as I look for it, yes, but chill out.
All right, sorry.
Operations. As an action, choose one ally and one enemy, each of which is within 30 feet of you, and that you can see. The ally can use a reaction to move their speed and make a weapon attack against the enemy. If the attack hits, the enemy is knocked prone. Records. You can proficiency in the Arcana skill, Additionally, if you are unable to cast spells of first level or higher, either because you have no spellcasting ability or you have expended all your spell slots, you have used all your innate spells, you can cast the following spells using the intelligence of your spellcasting ability: at will, detect magic, mage hand, minor illusion, 3 per day each, comprehend languages, disguise self, and fairy fire, 1 per day each, invisibility, and locate object. I will send those to the general in just a moment as soon as I'm able to copy them and paste them into the fucking thing.
Ooh, but records is also kind of sick.
I said originally records would fit me, and now that I've heard the stat bonuses, I
Isn't it an
disagree with
operation-
my
what's
previous
records?
statement. That was the spell bonuses and the Arcana proficiency.
I thought that was operations.
No. Operations was the I forget what the bonus was, but it was something everyone you can see, reflexes or something.
Okay.
Hey, look at that.
Okay, here we go.
Wait, you get invisibility for free?
Okay.
Hold on.
That maybe didn't come out the way I wanted it to. Can you read what all those are?
Kind
I
of.
literally just copy pasted. So if it doesn't make sense, I tried.
Also, I'm sorry if it sounds like I'm walking around. I'm making grilled cheese right now.
You're good.
Talking about the ads, but the same thing.
If I had the
Okay.
wireless headset, I'd probably be making food also.
Dude, so
They
nice.
are
You know what those actually are?
in there. They're weirdly broken up,
They are
but yeah,
for
they're
about
they're
1
readable.
month
So.
out from now.
Where do they stop and start? Oh, I see narcotics. Okay, okay. They have that. Okay, I see.
Yeah. Like I said, weirdly broken up, but yeah, they're there.
Okay, so Jonathan might actually be better taking operations, maybe.
Looking at operations. Give me a sec. Maybe not. There it is.
If I already
yeah, I'm gonna
have
roll it right now.
proficiency in the persuasion skill, what would proficiency in the persuasion skill do? Would that do nothing?
I wonder. I feel like
I
that
would
should
let
give
it
him
be
expertise.
expertise. Yeah,
Does that apply with Arcana as well?
yeah. Any of the
Okay.
skills that you, I would let it stack to expertise if you already have that.
All right. After seeing this, I think enforcement should go to a blade singer because I think the heavy armor would be very fun.
Plus, it gives me the Sentinel feat, which I can combo, or not combo, but would allow me to cast spells with Warcaster. So I
Also,
can
the
cast
disadvantage against melee attacks on you as a blade dancer with less health would be amazing.
That is true.
So I think unless anyone has an objection, I'm gonna grant enforcement to it's Connor O'Leary. No, it's the Connor O'Leary, the blade
Yeah,
dancer.
it'd be Connor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you
No
not know
objection.
who I am?
Remember, to be fair, it's been a while. And names are a little with.
It has been a
Roman
while,
voice.
yes.
That's true.
Okay. Next, we gotta figure out. Jonathan, what did you think of operations?
Maybe. It would be nice to have a proned enemy to attack.
Yeah, and I was thinking that because I think you and Connor are going to be our strike team because that combination could make you two a very deadly thing with the two of you there, as well as so essentially, I think that would relegate. I think,
But that would also take my action to make him attack.
okay,
That's
that is
true,
true.
but when I attack, I think that might also count spell attacks.
That also
Maybe.
true. Is you're a big hitter, so this might be better for someone else. Hmm.
That's a good ability to be used on me, I think.
What
So I can get.
what
the
other thing would be better for you then?
I have no idea.
You're a paladin, right?
Yep.
I mean, you could take the one or narcotics, or unless that one's already reserved.
No.
I mean, I was thinking that would
I
be the easiest role play to gift to our friendly patron who's running the speakeasy downstairs.
yeah.
That's true, but it would be nice to have like that pickup ability, especially on a paladin.
True, but I have Spare the Dying and a number of other things that I can use.
You also
I have Spare the
don't have
Dying
to
as a
worry-
cantrip.
You don't have to give Evie a roll.
I think that would be a
not
good.
necessary.
I personally think that's a good idea, though. It will have to hinge on the conversation I have with her later.
Right.
Fair.
I'm
Again,
gonna
like what I'm
say
saying.
knock out the other ones first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
They're more obvious choices.
I
to make.
personally think that records would be a good fit for me. I do have a few problems, so that I can already at will mage hand and minor illusion, so I don't know if that's a big hit. But the at will detect magic would be amazing. The comprehend language, I think I'm kind of the magic one with actually. Maybe this isn't the best for me because I can use a lot of these spells already. It'd mostly be for the Arcana benefit. Is
That's
anyone
kinda
else super interested in records?
I am, but
Okay.
only because it seems like maybe it would give me the ability to use low-level magic.
Okay, I think I'm doubting because I was thinking I wanted the Arcana bonus, but a lot of these spells I could already do or can do with meditating. Because the big perk of Psionic Souls, if I meditate for 10 minutes, I can grab most mental things from the spell list to switch to be on my spell list for a certain amount of hours. So like if I want to, I can comprehend language.
Okay, would those be used as cantrips? Any of those?
The detect magic would be the mage hand and minor illusion I already have. The other thing is I was looking at is because I believe these spells use intelligence as their modifier, and I'm a high intelligence build.
I have 16 intelligence.
That's good enough to be used. I have an 18, but I mean, like I said, I would be doubling up on a lot of spells there.
Yeah.
Is there anything that would be better for me?
I kind of like negotiations. Because I already have really high charisma. My charisma is 18.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I suppose, huh?
You can make a charisma check with advantage. You can do so for long rest. Do you have proficiency in persuasion already?
I have proficiency in persuasion and deception.
Okay, so that would get you that. So also we got to think not even just the mechanical, is the role play in the group. What do you see yourself doing in the group?
Not narcotics.
Fair enough.
As much as I like the look of the skill that would grant me, I think that would be a very hard no from Camillus.
Mm-hmm. So
It's the 1920s.
Hear me
For
out. Instead of selling
persuasion,
drugs, your character would sell the church.
You get a stimulant of the Bible and holy water.
Exactly.
for the negotiations one, it says you can cast disguise self and suggestion spells with no material components. Does that still take spell slots? Oh no, it says you can cast each spell once this way, but regain. Okay, so it's once. Okay.
Yep. I mean, but that's still pretty good though.
I think I personally see myself as either the negotiator or the record keeper.
Oh wait, actually, do I have +2 charisma from being a Dampier?
So that puts your charisma to what?
20.
Wait, so you already didn't include that? Okay, so 20. Then do you want to
20
use?
charisma? Fuck.
Yeah, I have 20 charisma and 21 wisdom.
Should we put you as the negotiator then?
Yeah, I could take that.
Okay, then I'll take the record keeper. Half these spells aren't really useful for me, but the ones that are decently useful. Like being able to detect magic as well is something that's very good for me. The invisibility for at will is a nice get out of jail free card for a squishy.
Alrighty, so what two are left?
I think we passed out to everyone, didn't we?
It was operations and
So who
Narcotics.
has what?
Oh,
Let's ask that question.
we haven't got anything for Jonathan yet, have we?
Yeah, I wanted to wait until everybody else. I
yeah.
wanted to see what the
Yeah,
final two were
I
gonna be.
think we're down to Operation Narcotics.
I'm not a big fan of operations just because that takes up my entire action.
Okay. What? Let me read the
Well,
benefits.
I would still have a bonus action to go with.
Because what class are you?
Paladin.
He's paladin.
I mean, if you do that, then you could still bonus action enchant your melee weapon.
Yep. Well, that and I dual wield.
Narcotics give you a lot better mechanically things, and I mean, I suppose. Okay, how about we flavor it like this? Your narcotics are alcohol. You're Irish.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I
no
suppose
doubt,
it is
100%.
Prohibition era.
I was about to say
that,
it's prohibition time right now. In fact, I'm pretty sure cocaine was in Coca-Cola not too long ago.
Okay, so
Or currently, I
that's
don't
fair.
know how the time works.
everyone has their titles then, yes?
Can we change narcotics to whiskey runner?
I will be a whiskey runner.
I feel like that.
I'll flavor it as narcotics, or I'll flavor it as that, but it's narcotics. Gotcha. I could use that.
It's rum running is the
Rum running.
Hmm.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so can we go over who is what, please?
Mhm.
So start with who is
Oh,
enforcement? Is anyone enforcement?
I am.
Connor.
Mm-hmm.
And who is
I bit into my grilled cheese, bro.
I
and
can.
Johnny is the rum runner, yes? That's
Yep.
Jonathan. And negotiations.
That's me.
Camillus. And then
I'm records.
records. Which makes sense because then Evie is operations, and that also
Put the Irishman in charge of the alcohol.
As God intended.
Okay.
What do you mean a few barrels went missing? I don't know what you're talking about.
You're skimming off the top again, aren't you? You just see Evie with a club over in the side.
Okay. So that being said, there's a few things I want to get finished up first. So you've got the stronghold, essentially, right? This I'm just gonna go into. This is housekeeping stuff. Obviously, you have the establishment downstairs, which is the
Speakeasy.
the speakeasy. Thank you. That'll make you 1,000 gold every quote unquote season or every 3 months. It also does other things, but I don't brain don't work that way right now. So that being said, right? So the stronghold downstairs in an establishment, there's an opportunity up here to establish a stronghold in this empty shell of a place. So let me just go through some of the options you could have to turn what you could turn this place into upstairs. So you could turn this into. Oh wow, that was fucking now. Jesus fucking thanks, Windows. Fuck you. You could turn this into a theater, a church, a fortress, a fighter's fortress, so like a gym or something, a monk's monastery, a paladin's chapel, a ranger's lodge, I guess, if you wanted to. Oh, sorry. Let's go through who is. So there's a cleric, right? We have a cleric, yes. Cleric's church, paladin's chapel, sorcerer's sanctum, or wizard's library. Those are the options based on your class.
I'm gonna
And
take
obviously-
my library.
Did you say a fighter's fortress or was there a plain fortress?
So it would be a fighter's fortress, but because the stronghold would be tied to someone's class, that's kind of So you have cleric's church, paladin's chapel, sorcerer's sanctum, or the wizard's library.
I think the most obvious choice is probably to tie it to Will's.
I think that would be good too. I think that if we wanted to try to, is it possible to set up more of these in the future for others?
Yes, and I would say there's
Yeah.
you could probably build more floors on top of this one. So
Well, even then, this might be the central hub for like the clandestine activities because we already have a front business. But if we wanted to have a paladin's church, I might buy out a church with some syndicate money
Right.
and
Yeah.
have
What are
one
we
set up
gonna
there.
make that front business?
To speakeasy.
no,
I was about to say
that's
no.
what we're discussing right now. What the
Oh.
front is like? What is the front of this building that is also on top of a speakeasy?
Church on top of Speakeasy probably wouldn't look too great.
Yeah, but no one would suspect it, right?
They might, but
Might not draw in the right clients though.
Hear me out. We sell mattresses.
how about
Everybody knows that.
how about a private investigator? Private investigator.
That'd probably be like the Rangers thing.
Well, no, I mean we could. This is just a front business. We put that on the side. It doesn't have to be what's actually inside.
Correct.
Oh, okay.
We could do that
There's
because
a lot of layers here.
we could have like a waiting room that seems like private investigator. We'll have someone come out. If it's a decent case, we might be able to send something out. If anything, having a bunch of people, this would be a good way to gather information. If it's like,
That is
oh, someone went
true.
missing, we're like, oh, then we have information on that, and they brought to us first. Oh, something the cops aren't going to deal with. That sounds like our kind of business.
Private investigation's legal. We could do that.
That is true.
And besides, if they bring a PI of anything that are our syndicate's crimes, we'll be like, ah, yes, we'll look into that. Don't worry. Then we'll plug the leak.
Yeah. We'll look into that, find exactly what we were looking towards, fix it, and then be like, sorry, we didn't find anything.
Okay, so that's great. That sounds like a front business for sure. Let's figure out what that means. for the
Sorcerer's Sanctum.
stronghold. Yep. Okay, that's what we're going with. 'Cause
Everyone
these
good with that?
these will give you benefits. So if you wanted to look at other ones, you could.
Okay. Can I see the benefits of a Sorcerer's Sanctum?
That's what I'm going to. I will send it to you now. I could read it too. The main thing is that these domain effects, which I'll just send it to you. I'm not gonna read it because I'm just gonna send it to you.
Yeah,
That'll
that's
be
fine.
easier. I'm looking for. Oh, it should be that far.
Be right back.
Here it is. Okay, Control C. Control V.
Okay.
Really, this just grants a bunch of shit to you, Will, mainly.
Okay.
So you would essentially, let me look. There's a cost to doing this. Obviously, you can't just have it. I'm afraid. Um, so let me do a check. It doesn't matter. Okay. So if you wanted to construct the Sorcerer's Sanctorum, the Sorcerer's Sanctum, that would cost you 4,000 gold.
Okay. Also, a lot of these effects seem very antithetical to being hiding in plain sight.
Correct.
So maybe not this. As much as I would like to have a place where I could sit in there and be God inside of, this is not the best for hiding in plain sight.
There it is. I've been to New York. There's
What
weird
would you like
stuff
to look
all
at
the time.
next, then?
Anyone else want to pick their class?
I mean, priest might be good for hiding in plain sight. Or cleric seems pretty low key.
Libraries also kind of though.
That's true.
What was the library for? Was that magician?
That's wizard. So the wizard's library is a bastion of knowledge and research best hidden from the mundane world. It creates one or more of the following effects at the GM's discretion. The library at the wizard's stronghold has a copy of every non-magical book anyone brings into the wizard's domain. By concentrating for 10 minutes, the wizard can scry on any person or location in their domain as per the scrying spell. The wizard can do this while anywhere, including another plane. Once per day, the wizard can control the weather in their domain. The wizard doesn't have to be in the domain to do this. The effect is otherwise the same as the control weather spell.
How far does the
And-
domain reach?
Probably like the block,
Okay.
I would say, for New York City. There's also some stuff that would grant to Johnny. Mainly, it would give you a class feature improvement that would be Spellmaster. You can maintain 2 spells with concentration at once. You can do this number of times equal to your stronghold level, after which you must take an extended rest to refresh this ability.
That's good.
That's
I wish I could do that.
Yeah, so that would be really good. And a library, I think, would still also cost the 4,000 gold. But
Do we have anything that's cheaper than that?
so you could build a tavern. That would be an establishment.
Is there anything that is not class specific?
Let me double check. I've been confused by this in the past. So let me just look for you. Double check. Entertain the stream, you guys.
Because we could like build up and add more levels.
Correct.
Yeah.
So yeah, floor 1 should definitely be like the most inconspicuous thing it can be.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think probably the most, because I think probably more important than being an inconspicuous like store would be what gives us better options as far as abilities to hide ourselves. Income is also important, yeah.
Because I don't know how much gold you guys are rocking with, but our party treasury can't afford those 4,000 things.
I gave all of my money to the church. I have 26 gold.
I have 15.
So I did the very smart choice of shuffling as much gold as I could when we were in the middle of that vampire nest, so I have an extra 250 to work with.
Hold on. I'm sitting on 335.
Okay. So we have about combined 2,600. I also have 42 coins of
so
the
this,
dead.
I'm gonna say you could just make it into like a PI. I think that makes sense. That would be an establishment, and that would be just 3,000 gold to build.
Still can't afford that.
But you're forgetting about something. We're a crime syndicate.
I
Let's
suppose
just
that's
go
true.
fucking make money.
We could go do a job, make some money before we build anything.
This is true. I did mention in my spiel that there would be an opportunity in this session, technically, although it seems like this is taking a long time, so maybe not. There would be a session in the next like actual encounter that I have planned to gain money
That's good.
that would pay for
Because
that.
party wise, we have about 2,600, which isn't
Yep.
really enough for most of these.
Yeah, so there's an opportunity to gain the money.
Cool.
Coming up. That's if we get through all the individual stuff which needs to happen, and it
Well-
still needs to happen. So
Let's decide not to build anything yet then.
Yep.
okay, so we'll table that for now until we get that dealt with. I believe Will, we are now complete with all. Yeah, Will, we should go meet with. You should go meet with Evie, probably. To
All
have
right.
that, you can get that out of the way, and then you can be done since it's already 11:30. And then if everyone else is good, we can do your individual stuff after that. That should just be
That'd be cool.
Connor
Sounds
and Camillus. So you guys have cleared out it enough to look presentable to do things with and sleep and all that stuff. So that leaves us with Wilhelm. You have to go meet with Evie. What do you do?
Once there's a free moment, I'm gonna walk down to the speakeasy and go inside and see if she's there.
She
If
is.
that
She's
free
behind.
moment. Oh, never mind.
She is behind the bar, serving a customer at the moment, but it's quite busy. When you walk in, here. I have. Please hold. This was in the notes somewhere, and now I have to find the notes. Please hold. Not a good sound. Okay. So you walk over to the side entrance of the building. There's a small little plaque on the side of the next to the door that says the Moonlight Lounge. And it's nestled within a discreet corner of the city, hidden from prying eyes by an unassuming facade. As you step through the entrance, the air becomes thick with an air of anticipation, and the muted sounds of jazz music gradually crescendo. The interior is bathed in warm, dim lighting, casting long shadows across the vintage furnishings and lush decor. The main area is spacious, adorned with burgundy velvet curtains. I think I have art of this. Hold on. Oh, yeah. Well, there's sort of semi kind of where like that's what it looks like outside. There's an entrance hidden in there, and then this is the Moonlight Lounge. I'm gonna pick up where I was left off. The main area is spacious, adorned with burgundy velvet curtains that hang from the ceiling, framing the stage where a live jazz band plays soulful melodies. The stage is set against a backdrop of intricately painted mural depicting a moonlight cityscape, capturing the essence of a bygone era. Soft ambient light emanates from the Art Deco style fixtures, casting a gentle glow that adds to the enchanting atmosphere. The seating arrangement consists of intimate booths lined with plush, deep red velvet upholstery and small round tables draped in crisp white tablecloth. Each table is adorned with a single flickering candle and an ornate silver holder, casting dancing shadows across the room. Patrons are comfortably seated, engaged in lively conversations, laughter, and clean glasses. The bar area is an elegant centerpiece, displaying an array of gleaming bottles reflecting the soft glow of the room. Skilled bartenders in crisp white shirts and suspenders expertly mixed cocktails, their movements a choreography of fluidity and precision. The bar itself is made of dark mahogany, polished to a shine and adorned with intricate carvings. The air is filled with the captivating aroma of handcrafted libations and delectable cuisine emanated from a hidden kitchen. Servers in crisp black attire gracefully weave through the crowd, delivering trays of finely crafted hors d'oeuvres and enticing dishes to eager guests. The Moonlight Lounge exudes an aura of secrecy and exclusivity, inviting patrons to step into a different world where time slows down and worries fade away. It's a sanctuary of illicit indulgence, where the clinking of glasses, the smooth jazz melodies, and the hushed murmurs of conversations blend together, creating an intoxicating symphony that lingers in the hearts and memories of those fortunate enough to experience its lure. That's what you walk into when you walk into the speakeasy. And
Um, I'm
Evie is behind the bar.
I'm gonna go up to the one of the bars and take a seat.
One of the crisp white shirt bartenders immediately asks if you want anything.
Uh, Mead if you have it.
He spins around and pours you a fine glass of mead, uh, and hands it back to you.
I take a sip and just wait,
Uh,
glancing over every now and then.
so the sip you take takes you back to your childhood, to the fields outside of your family manor, and to the summer nights in which your father seemed like a normal dad and not like a general trying to run a family. Um, and it fills you with like warmth and security.
Okay.
And eventually, as you sit there drinking your mead, Evie notices you and approaches and asks, "Are you ready to have a meeting?"
Uh, I said yes whenever you're ready. Take another sip of my drink. It's a lovely establishment you have.
The finest speakeasy in the city. Please come back. I have an office in the back.
All right. I finish my drink and stand and go.
And she takes you behind the bar, into like a little office, really cramped. It's like this is the only place an office could fit, and it needed to fit here, so here it is. So she takes you in her cramped office, sits down behind your desk, and looks at you. What do you ask? What do you do? There's a chair on the other side of her desk.
Yeah, I take a seat. And I say, why don't we start with just a general appraisal of the situation? I assume that you have been briefed by my father.
Yes, Aaron contacted me through certain channels and established that a new boss was supposed to take control of the operations here. Um, we've been absent of a boss for some time, and kind of just operating off of what we've always done. So, yes, that's all I've got on that fun note. I don't know how much you know about our organization, the Crescent Syndicate. That's what it's called. It's how it operates. It's I don't know if you found the items left upstairs that may have noticed have symbols that look awfully like your house crest, but are just not quite exactly the same. Um, that would be the symbols. That would be the symbol of the Crescent Syndicate, and yes, that's
I could use a
yes.
briefing on the state of affairs here.
Yes. Okay. Well, in the city we have a wonderful spy network established. Lots of rum running, lots of money being made and exchanged. Um, it all
What?
runs out of here. I keep a pretty good handle on the city. As far as
So
our revenue,
the so the profits per quarter for the entire syndicate are 1,000 gold per month right now, or is that just
a
the one?
thousand gold for quarter. Yes, we do reinvest a lot of what we make, so that's kind of what
Understandable.
was established.
Um, so we have essentially rum running and spies essentially.
Marine spies. We've got a bit of. There's some muscle if you required it, but I've kind of we've uh, shied away from many of that since we've been without a present boss. So that has kind of gone to the wayside. Mostly just drum running and illicit
Later,
activities.
later, if possible, I would like you to have a list of some of our assets that I could take and bring up to our office so I could peruse some of the specifics. But that could wait.
Of course. I'm gonna have that quiet in shortly. Yes. Is there anything specifically you want to know about?
How
I'm of
well
course here
placed
to
the
serve.
spies are, what cells there are in the area, what the some specifics of the operations.
Well, we're supplied to continue operations.
I wave my hand a bit. Don't worry about that. Like as I said, a report on that a little later, something written that I could have and bring to our office will be fine.
Okay. Well, there's phew, right now we've got cells working on two fronts currently. Spies working on two information gathering fronts. Recently, we've been trying to understand the inner workings, obviously, of the Illumin. I don't know if you know about them. We've been trying to crack their wall of intelligence. They've not made much progress. But that cell is working. You could go meet with them if you wish to. They're based out of a precinct actually downtown. And there's also the other cell is working on infiltrating what we believe to be the source of the fog, the vampiric cults. But that has made very little progress, and more of their members have been disappeared than have acquired any information.
Do we have any cells working on the church?
No, we discontinued all work on the church after the incident in '99.
I nod my head and I say, uh, fuck, I forgot my question. Give me a second. Oh yes, rival organizations. Is there any for syndicate? Is there any other criminal organizations that we have to compete with in town?
Well, there's a couple mundane crime families that are problematic, but they're not huge threats. Nothing the Crescent Syndicate couldn't deal with. More pressingly, there is a singular threat. They're known as the Arson True. Uh, the Arson Troop. They are a spy network, or thieves guild, cutthroats, assassins, probably. Um, they've gotten in the way quite a bit into our investigation into the Illumin. Um, yes, the Urson troop. That's the main one of the main enemies we have. Um, there's a rather neutral spy network or thieves guild issue. Yeah, that's how I like to put it. There's another rather neutral issue, and that is the uh, how do you say? It's a small crime family, but they're powerful and their agents have been running around for a very long time. They call themselves the Green Way, um, and but they tend to be pretty neutral as far as most things go.
So that's specifically with the our city. But what about expanded operations outside the city, around the rest of the country?
Well, obviously, we have competition to the south. I'm sure that doesn't surprise you particularly. But there's also a group to the north that's of particular interest to your family. They've been fighting since the old world. The group to the north doesn't have a name, but their family name is Lacor. Uh, Lacor. Yes. So
I
the
thought you
Lacor
said like
crime family.
I thought you said
Lacor.
LaCroix. And I thought the
I
water.
wish. I Lacor. Yes, Lacor. The Lacor crime family.
Their name
Their
sounds like a
members
drink.
to the north. They would be the reason the silver stake was included upstairs. They are known lycanthropes.
Ah, lovely.
So, a very large concern to the north, and obviously many concerns to the south. But again, the infighting is mostly kept themselves in check.
I see. Um,
And of
you
course, there's uh, the western crescent, kind of an offshoot, I'm afraid. Uh, but they mostly operate in the far west of the country.
I see. Thank you for briefing me on a lot of those things. So first off, I would like to make it official, seeing as you guys have operated long enough without having a member of the family here, that I'd like to officially make you chief of operations. So that'll be the tag on there.
I
But
appreciate that kindly, sir.
uh,
I'm proud to serve your family.
I would like to. There are things moving up around us and above us coming from my father, and I'd like to expand our base's power as much as possible. But first, I'd like that for an income expansion. So, in the coming days, I would like to absorb as many of the smaller speakeasies and crime families as we can. And to start with, I'd like to make Manhattan the jewel of our empire. So, I would like all crime in this city to go through us. So, we're gonna have some
Uh,
work to do.
well, we'd have to deal, obviously, with the vampires. That's a problem. They would present problems if we tried to do that. They'd probably directly get in our way, I would presume. Also, we'd need larger
Speaking,
enforcement teams than we have currently.
as I said, we're gonna be working on that. As for enforcement, I've already begun to get that. There were some of my associates up above, but aside from that, those are future plans. We should speak a little more of the current situation. What did the spy networks know about the fog that's going on?
They've gathered some information. The fog, obviously, only the fog has affected the city greatly. Um, we know that it's magical in nature, obviously. We know that those who do not have any touch for the magical, they cannot see through the fog at all. So they are not bothered by the fog. And what I mean by that is they can't see the vampires, they don't see the blood, uh, they don't see any of it. So the fog obscures anything that would otherwise cause them true concern.
What do they know about the vampires' intentions? Do they seem to be just trying to pull as many people as they can and convert them? Are they hunting
They
for something?
By our judgment, they seem to be creating an army. But again, that's very little intel has been gained on that front.
So they're
As
just
far
mass converting people.
seemingly, yes.
Interesting.
We have noticed that there have been certain fronts that they've pursued quite heavily. Um,
Do we have any
for
locations?
instance, they've targeted many of Tesla's workplaces and also many of his things that he invented, like the autonomous transports. That's something they've cracked down. They tend to like taking people from those. Definitely some underhanded trying to skew his reputation.
Do we have any locations of their bases or any known vampires, not vampire spawn?
Um, no known vampires. We've noticed proliferation of them around a particular cemetery, but we don't exactly know the nature of that.
What particular cemetery?
And she would tell you it's the necromance pit cemetery of the the Necromance Institute. They're a small group doing research on, well, necromancy.
Well, that would be a good sign for vampires.
Presumably, yes.
Is there anything else you think I would need to be briefed on?
Not at the moment. Mostly, we're just in a very intel gathering mode at the moment.
All right. Well, in the future, I'd like to expand into. We need to create a bit more of a base of income to expand, and from there, I would like to shift to an expansion after our income has been gathered. I will I will work on a further plan from that. For now, continue gathering information, and we'll go from there once this wave outside of the fog is resolved.
Of course.
All right. If that's all, I'm gonna stand up. Thank you. That meeting was very enlightening.
Of course. Have a pleasant day.
You as well. And I leave to head back up to our office.
Okay. So you have just gained a follower. I will send you her information sheet momentarily. So she is a guild adept. So she is your main contact on dealing with the Crescent Syndicate.
Okay.
So that concludes your individual stuff, I believe, unless there's something else you want to do.
Nope. I'm probably just gonna read through this a bit, listen it a little bit, and maybe dip out.
Okay.
It is pretty late for me.
Yeah. Jonathan. Adams.
Yep.
Are you good? Was there anything else you wanted to do? You obviously already met your follower. Do you want to introduce your follower to the players who weren't here?
Oh,
this is Evie, by the way. I guess I did have art for her.
Oh.
Younger middle age, that's for sure. Okay, I think I need to go back.
Right, there he is. Scrawny boy. Very scrawny boy. He has a pike, right? It was a pike?
Lance.
Or Lance, there we go.
So this is Gabriel Evergreen. He's a cavalier. He is Jonathan Adams' follower.
Yeah, he apparently said that I was some sort of like knight of God or something.
Oh,
Yeah. So
Or I
Gabriel
was going
Evergreen,
to be
he had a
first.
vision. Yeah, he had a vision that the first knight of the Lord, since his father would be stood atop a pile of dead devils, and it would be Jonathan Adams that would be the first knight of the Lord.
that's exciting.
Which is a title in the church. If you wanted to make a religion check, you could, and I could expand on what that is, but it's not necessarily important at the moment. So, Jonathan, if there's something else you wanted to do in these 3 weeks, you could.
No, I think my day in, day out is kind of going out and just rock 'em, sock 'em.
Valid. Okay. Then let's move on. Camillus Consus.
Yes.
So I'm going to start with your follower encounter, and then if there's anything else you want to do during these 3 weeks of quote-unquote downtime, you're free to go from there. So, sometime in the 3 weeks of blood, Camillus found himself called to go on a quest alone. He felt called by Rage. You obviously know who Rage is. You're quite familiar with him. What do you do?
Well, I suppose I've gotten him into enough trouble already. I'll go on his quest.
All right. So, your quest for Rage leads you to an abandoned building. And what do you do? I mean, you come to an abandoned building, and you're like, this is it.
I will attempt to enter.
Going in the front door, going in a window, going in the back. What's your plan?
Does it seem to be occupied at all?
Not that you can see from here.
I'm
Okay.
heading off. Later, guys.
Alright, bye.
I guess I'll just go in through the front then. Or attempt to.
Okay, you go to the front door. You open the front door, and you open it to a hallway, and there's a hallway, and there's a set of stairs that goes to the basement.
I think I'll maybe just look around a little bit up top.
Okay, so there's two doors to your left and your right immediately when you come in. Right before you go to the hallway, there's stairs, and down at the end of the hallway, there's two doors there. One that goes straight, one that goes to the right.
Okay, I think I'll go just left, right, forwards.
So to the left room, in the left room, the immediate left, the left room is just a living room, or what remains of a living room. Nothing's in there, just completely empty. Do you want to go to the right, the immediate right one, or do you want to go down the hallway?
I'll go to the immediate right one.
The immediate right one opens up into what looks to be the remains of dining room, and you can see that essentially the next door to the right will open into the kitchen, which is open to the dining room, so you can see that whole area.
Getting the sense that this might have been a home.
Yeah, in fact, it was.
Okay. I will continue to investigate the upper floor, and then see if I find anything of interest, and if I don't, then I'll go into the basement.
Okay, there's no upper floor, so if you go to the end of that hallway, obviously the door to the right opens to the kitchen. The door past it opens into a bedroom, and that's all that's there.
See, is there anything of note in the bedroom?
Nope. Just there's a picture of a family, but it's broken. The frame is broken. It's obviously been smashed at some point. Yeah, nothing of note otherwise.
Okay. Then I will continue to the basement.
As you descend the steps into the basement, you are left in a wide open space that should not be here.
Oh.
That just physically does not make sense. But it's a very big space, cavernous. This was clearly not the basement that was here once upon a time. And you can see just fog fills the whole space. And in this big cavern, there are 6 pillars leading off into the distance. Between the second and third set of pillars, you see a group of vampire spawn that seem to be setting up some sort of den. They have not noticed you.
Maybe now would be a good time to test my my destroy undead.
I mean, you could test it.
What is CR 1/2 or lower? What is the CR thing?
Not a vampire spawn.
Oh, okay, all right. I
That's
won't test
the
it then.
essentially it's CRs are levels for monsters.
Oh, okay. Okay, maybe I just go for the tried and true sacred flame.
Okay. So, as you're deciding what you come to the bottom of the steps, and as you're deciding what you should do, you notice that on the left side of the room, the fog kind of gets sucked into a space and kind of dissipates on that left side of the room. And you've noticed that like a tunnel has opened up into this cavern. Out of that tunnel walks a little girl. This little girl.
You have a teddy bear?
Yes, she's holding a teddy bear.
Interesting.
She walks out of this ever-present fog, and she begins to march straight up to one of the spawn, the vampire spawn. And she marches right up to the spawn, who seems to be in charge. And she begins shouting at the spawn, and you can't understand what they're saying. What'd you do?
What kind of language are they speaking? Or am I just too far?
You're just too far. It just is muffled. You can't tell what they're shouting.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna try and rush forward before they can attack her.
As you begin moving towards them, the vampire spawn raises a claw to strike. What'd you do?
I'm going to cast Sacred Flame.
Okay. Go ahead. Roll it.
It is a 16 dex to save.
Okay, perfect. Thank you for understanding what I meant by roll a hit and not just being like, oh, I don't have to roll the hit. Oh, that sucks. They got a nat 20.
Did I at least distract him?
Yes, in fact, you in casting Sacred Flame, I think that's vocal. There's a vocal component there, so you must say some sort of spell or prayer to cast Sacred Flame. And he gets distracted, but his claw is still raised to strike. And as he looks at you, and he's staring at you, and in that moment that he's looking at you and being like, "Where the fuck did he come from?" The little girl erupts into a giant bear, stood on its hind legs, and with her paws just rips off the vampire spawn head, and just clearly like throws the head away, and just roars at the other ones and moves to start attacking them. Roll initiative.
Seven.
Well, they rolled a nat 1, so you're yeah, you're going first because she rolled a 6. So
Okay.
So there are 3 other vampire spawn at the moment.
Okay. I will cast Sacred Flame at the nearest one.
Okay. And they have to make a save. And they fail this time. So
Nice. I do 11 radiant.
11 radiant damage. Okay. Yeah, sure. Your Sacred Flame just turns this vampire to dust. So it's one vampire spawn down. It's her turn. She's gonna grab hold of another one of them and just bites his head off, throws his body away, and is turning to the other one. And it's the last vampire spawn's turn. He's smart enough to know he should turn and run, so he turns towards the stairs where you're kind of in this way, and he just sprints towards you. It's your turn.
I'm going to cast Sacred Flame at him as well.
Okay. He needs to make another save. He fails as well. So go ahead and roll damage. This one is not as susceptible to the Sacred Flame as the other one was. The other one was previously a Catholic in his past life.
All right, I got 10 radiant.
Okay, so that's 10 damage that he takes. It is then her turn. she's fucking killing it. Let me tell you. She does on her first claw attack 9 points of damage. She also hits her second one, which is 11 points of damage. So she does 20 points of damage in total. And it is its turn. It is going to continue to sprint away. She's fast, but not fast enough to keep up with him now. So he's now past you. So you will get an opportunity attack. So what are you doing with your opportunity attack?
Okay. I will stab him with my Yakoa.
Okay.
And that will be... Oh, that's not great. It'll be a 7 to hit.
That's you missed. He dodges under you, and continues to sprint away. It is then your turn, because that was his turn. So he's sprinted past you. What do you do?
I'm gonna cast Sacred Flame.
Okay.
Thank God this is a cantrip.
What does he have to beat?
16 dex.
Fails. That's close.
Is it just me, or did that feel like a really long time of silence?
Yeah.
I had to check. It was close because they had to beat 16, and she got a 15. So
Okay.
I had to actually check what the stats were.
It'll be 15 radiant damage.
Okay. They take 15 radiant damage. It is her turn, and she sprints past you in bear form, but is just trying to catch up. She is not within range to hit him at this point. So it's its turn again, and it continues to run. It is now going up the stairs, in the process of going up the stairs.
Is it outside of 60 feet?
Yes.
God damn it. Okay. I'm gonna run also.
Okay. So, I'm gonna say just...
Wait, actually...
Oh.
Is it outside of 120 feet?
No.
I'm gonna cast a guiding bolt.
You do that.
Kill him.
Dear God. Okay, I got a 9 to hit.
No, that misses. Your guiding bolt smacks into the stairs. It does prevent him going up the stairs because it breaks the stairs, so he just kind of falls on his face, trying to go up the stairs. And then the next moment, the bear child person gets there and tears his head off. So the vampires are dead, and this bear person turns back into this little girl. And she just looks down at the body and like hugs her teddy bear and then looks at you. What do you do?
You're a father now.
No.
Unfortunate.
This wasn't covered in priest school. I guess I will try and comfort the small child and ask where her parents are.
You're already doing better than my dad. Keep it up.
She's like, my parents are dead.
Oh,
They left me on the streets. You're the champion of rage, right?
how do you know? What?
I immediately.
Are
defer to
you
this.
are you the champion of rage?
Yes. How do you know that?
I am the first priestess of rage and the warden of the oppressed.
Oh, that's a overbearing title for someone so small.
I wish to serve as your right hand in the quest to bring down the enemies of rage.
Are quite powerful. Okay. I accept.
Okay. So I'm going to break down Lily's backstory here. So this is Lily Thompson. Her story began in the bustling streets of New York City, where she was left as an orphan at a tender age. Abandoned and alone, she found herself navigating the harsh realities of life on the streets, constantly searching for shelter and scrounging for scraps to survive. Despite her challenging circumstances, Lily possessed a remarkable resilience and an indomitable spirit. She refused to succumb to the despair that often consumed those around her. There was a flicker of determination in her eyes, a spark that hinted at a hidden strength waiting to be unleashed. One fateful day, while rummaging through a forgotten alleyway, Lily stumbled upon an ancient artifact of unknown origin. It was a small, intricately carved amulet, pulsating with an otherworldly energy. Drawn to the mysterious allure of this bear amulet, Lily hesitantly picked it up, unaware of the transformative power it held within. As she clutched the amulet in her hand, a surge of energy coursed through her veins. It awakened something dormant deep within her, unlocking her hidden potential. Lily discovered that she possessed extraordinary abilities, those to turn into a giant bear, and that were far beyond what she had ever imagined. With newfound strength and agility, Lily began using her abilities to navigate the dangerous streets of New York City, chasing off mean old men with her gigantic fucking bear form. She swiftly became adept at evading trouble and defending herself from those who sought to exploit her vulnerability. Her agility allowed her to navigate the city's labyrinth alleyways with grace and ease, becoming a phantom-like figure that few could catch or comprehend in her human form, and a large bear-like fucking figure that no one would fuck with in her bear form. Over time, Lily honed her skill, embracing her inner strength as a means of survival. She realized that she had become something more than just an orphan. She had become a guardian of the forgotten, a symbol of hope for those who had lost everything. Driven by compassion, Lily used her abilities to protect the vulnerable and stand against injustice. She became a silent hero, intervening in situations where others feared to tread. Her presence in the darkest corners of the city brought comfort to those who had lost all hope, inspiring them to believe that change was possible. If one day, she finally met the person who had granted her these powers, the deity Rage. So, now she has found you, the champion of Rage, and she's the first priestess of Rage, and the warden of the oppressed, and she wishes to serve as your right hand. Do you accept? Okay, I will send you. She's fucking dope, man. Let me send you her little informational sheet. So she is the warden. So in her normal form, she mostly just casts spells. But should she need to, she is literally a werebear, so she can fuck up some shit. If she needs to. But she does lose her ability to cast spells in her bear form, so.
You can cast spike growth 3 times a day?
At third level. She's only second level. All of your
Oh, okay.
followers are only second level right now. So your followers level reflects half your level. So when you get to sixth level, then she'll be third level, and then she can cast Spike Growth 3 times a day.
Okay.
And then we fade out. You have met your follower. Is there anything else you wish to do in the 3 weeks of blood?
I am supposed to meet with the church to discuss acquisition of arms.
So who would you want to talk to? Because you haven't heard from Father Gabriel at all.
Okay.
And you're not like you could go to the place that his like church place if you wanted to. But largely you would expect if you haven't heard from him, he's probably not there.
Yeah, I will go to probably. You'd probably want to go to a decent sized church, I would assume.
Probably. Let's check the map here.
I also don't want to put myself in front of like a bishop or
Yeah, that might be a
someone
bad
of high
idea.
standing.
I think St. Patrick's Cathedral is still your best bet. That's where Father Gabriel operates out of.
Okay, I'll go there and see who I can meet with, as far as that goes.
Yeah, so you go to the church when there aren't services going on, probably.
Yeah.
So you can go ahead and you can talk to Father Gabriel's assistant. They're probably still around.
Yeah, that'll work.
This is like some meek, like very fresh off the market.
Right out of preschool.
Very yeah, like this dude. He doesn't fucking like you know what I mean. He's
Yeah.
green around the ears, you know.
Yeah, I think maybe I do most of the work for him probably because it'll be quicker.
Okay. So yeah, you can. His assistant is working in Father Gabriel's office, so you can go in. What do you do when you go in? What do you say?
I'll probably put forth a full proposition for support from the church, including holy water, stakes, and anything religious weaponry that could be used against vampires.
His assistant is like, well, the church has I don't have the power to like authorize that or something.
You do in Father Gabriel's absence, so.
There's probably a form. Do you know where the form would be for that?
Do I know where the form would be for that?
Probably in the filing cabinet.
Yeah, I'm gonna point
just
it
guess.
the filing cabinet.
This guy immediately goes over there. Father Gabriel's got a key in here somewhere. You could ask him for it and just go do that while he fills up the forms.
Yeah, I'll do that.
He's I think he probably his desk drawer maybe. And yeah, you find Father Gabriel's key for the armory, quote unquote armory. They don't call it that in polite society, but that's definitely what it is. His key to the armory, so you can go down. That's like in the basement of the church, and it's well hidden for most churchgoers. Yeah. you unlock the armory, and it's stocked full of shit. So, you know, whatever you want.
Yeah. Anything that I see that I think might give us some sort of edge against the vampires and the vampire spawn, I think I will grab a decent amount of.
Yeah, I mean, there's silver weapons, there's wooden stakes, there's garlic, there's holy water, um, anything that you could think of to fight anything with. I mean, there's crucifixes, like anything the church would need to fight, anything the church would fight. It's got.
Yeah. Okay. I will arm us.
Okay. Consider yourself sufficiently armed. Obviously, none of these are specifically magical, but they are
Right.
items of the church, and some of them have divine energy, like holy water. But that's, you know.
Yeah. Or the crucifixes.
Yeah. Correct. Is there anything else you wanted to do?
Nope. I think that's about it.
Okay. So you acquire all that stuff. I'm assuming there's probably a hearse you can borrow.
Yeah.
I love how I was assuming it's a hearse, but I don't think any church actually owns a hearse. But
No. There's probably a vehicle used for religious processions or something.
yeah, something like that. Anyways, you get it all in your vehicle. By the time you get that done, he's got all the the assistant has all the forms filled out. And he's like, "Are you sure you can do this? Like, are you sure I can do this?"
Yeah. Stamp here.
And he pulls up the stamp, just a stamp. He's like, it says it needs your seal. Do you have like your seal?
I think so. Do I have a seal?
Yeah, you're the bishop of final rest. So,
Okay.
like,
Yeah.
you have a lot of sway.
Yeah.
And so you have some sort of seal, whether that be like a rubber stamp or like a seal that would you would use wax. Yeah, you have one.
Okay.
So then, yeah, you're good, and you have a fucking truckload of church fighting equipment.
Nice. I'll
there anything
return
else?
the vehicle as well.
Good idea. Is there anything else Camillus Consus would like to do in these 3 weeks of blood?
No. I think that's about it.
Okay. I think that brings us, as we fade back into the fog, to Connor O'Leary.
I was falling
You
asleep.
still
out
with
here,
us?
don't mind me. Yeah, no, I'm here. Falling asleep out here.
So Connor, you at some point in the 3 weeks of blood, you've been sent on a supply run for something. First of all, what is something you've been sent to acquire? Really just putting you on the spot.
Well, I'm an enforcer, so obviously the thing I've been sent to retrieve is probably gonna be rum for a run. Dude, I can't talk anymore. I'm having a whole moment here. Rum runner. There we go.
Okay, so you were going to retrieve a load of rum.
Yep.
That makes sense. So, you went, you acquired the load of rum, you're on your way back.
Okay.
And suddenly, you find yourself in an alley, and you're ambushed by vampire spawn. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no! Roll initiative!
They're gonna steal your booze, Connor.
I won't let
They
'em.
apparently are, yeah.
I worked hard. I will not be outdone. They don't know I've been blasting.
Initiative.
Roll a 19.
Alright, you go first.
How many are there? Just with a quick glance around.
Glance around. There's 6 of them.
6 of them?
They really want that
Okay.
rum, man.
Well, I got bad news for them.
In fact, I'm gonna flavor this. They're pirate vampire spawn.
Okay.
They really
So,
fucking want that rum.
Okay, so I'm getting
Um,
attacked by Pirates of the Caribbean. And are they like in front of me, behind me?
They're all directions.
Okay.
Right? You're in you're in an alleyway, so they're in front of you, they're behind you. There's also one sitting up on a fire escape above you. So that makes up all 6. So there's 3 in front, 2 behind, 1 above you.
Gotcha. Is it just me here?
Correct.
Okay.
It's just a cart. It was just a cart of rum, man. They thought you
Yeah,
could handle
well,
it.
Listen, wasn't expecting to get jumped by the goon crew. Darn. So if they're all around me and I'm in an alleyway, down one part of the alleyway, I'm going to cast Burning Hands
In front of you or behind you? There's 3 in front, 2 behind.
in front of me.
Okay.
Oof, that's rough. They need to make a deck save. 15.
They got an at 1. So
Cool. So they only take 7 points of damage.
what? 7 points better than nothing.
It's true. However, there's a lot of them.
That's true. I mean, very, very true. I don't know what to tell you. You might die here. 6 is a lot of vampires, you know?
Nah.
I mean, if Burning Hands at 7 points of damage is the best you got.
We got a whole lot, but I have to. We might have to do something. With my bonus action, however, I will Blade Sing. After the Burning Hands, of course.
Okay.
And that'll just raise my AC a bunch.
Perfect.
That is the end of my turn.
Please hold. Okay. Well, this is going to be rough for you. I'm not going to lie. The 3 in front of you are immediately going to charge you. They're all going to try and slash at you.
Okay.
With their claws. That's 6 claw attacks coming right at you.
Cool.
What's your AC?
Currently 18.
Okay. Well, 2 of the first 3 claw attacks hit you.
Okay, and in response, then, with my reaction, would shield help?
Probably, I think so, right?
Yeah, because it raises my AC by 5, so unless I can hit a 23.
Right. So that would be reaction to them hitting you. So you would still take those
Yep.
16 points of damage, but then you would have raised AC.
No. So it does it before I get hit.
Oh, never mind. So then, yeah, they would have. What is it? 23 now.
Yep.
One of them still would have hit you.
Okay, that's fine.
So that would
Still
be
better than 2.
8 points of damage. And on their second attack, 2 of them miss. One of them still hits you. That's gonna be. Another 6 points of damage.
Okay.
And then, the 2 behind you, they're just gonna like grab the cart, like they don't want to
Gotcha.
go anywhere, and the one above you is just gonna keep watching you.
Okay.
So, it's your turn.
Cool. So start of my turn, I'm going to cast Misty Step.
Smart.
30 feet up in the sky, or like up on like if they have like the walk downs, you know what I mean?
Yep. The fire escapes. Yeah, that's
Yep.
what one of the vampires
And then
is
with
crouching
my
on.
with my attack action, we're gonna firebolt the liquor.
Oh, shit, damn.
Uh,
Okay, yeah.
You want me to roll the hit?
Yeah, roll the hit.
13.
13. All right, you know what? That hits. I'm going to say the liquor explodes. And the 5 vampires that were down there turn and fucking run. They just run. They're on fire. They're all burning. They start running.
Cool.
So where did you land in relation to the one that was on the fire escapes?
I think directly above him.
Okay, so you're directly above him. He turns to look at you, and now it's his turn,
Okay.
and he's gonna try and jump up and hit you with his 2 claws.
Cool.
Your AC is still 23, correct?
No. It went back down to 18.
Oh, okay. Well, he missed you anyways on both attacks.
Cool.
He just couldn't quite get high enough. But he does manage to grab the ledge, so he's up close to you. You could hit him if you wanted to.
Gotcha.
Your turn again.
So I'm going to grab his head, and I'm gonna cast Burning Hands at 3rd level.
Okay.
Don't know if he qualifies for a dex save.
He's gonna get one. I'm gonna tell you that much.
All right.
You got a nat 1, so you win.
All right. We're just gonna roll
Deserved.
some damage,
Yeah,
and I'm gonna
that was
scorch him
deserved.
for 13.
13. Okay,
Yeah, that was 5d6, Bo.
that's rough, man.
However, I can still make a melee attack.
Correct. You can.
So we're gonna attempt to do a little bit of a race of his head.
Okay.
Doo-doo-doo, boo-doo-doo. All right. 19.
That hits.
All right. God, it's been doing me dirty. 6 damage.
Oof. I'm just gonna tell you, he's not even bloodied yet.
Gotcha.
He's burned. You fucking burned his face. That's for fucking sure. But
That's true. Ooh.
he's gonna try and stab you now, or
Okay.
claw at you, I suppose. Again. Okay, well, he hits you once.
Cool. And then would raising my AC to 23 make him not hit me?
No.
Okay.
He would have got you either way.
Gotcha.
So it hits you for 10 points of damage. It's a really good clawing on your face. Really fucking hurts.
Gotcha. All right.
He almost
Back over to
gouges
me?
out your other eye, so that's fun.
Sick.
Yeah, it's your turn.
Well, I'm just gonna teleport 30 feet away with Misty Step,
Yeah.
and then I'm also going to then use my movement to run even further away,
Yep. Uh-huh.
and then I pass over to him.
Okay. Well, seeing this, he turns and looking for you, and he drops down.
Okay.
He lands on the ground, and he starts moving towards you. And from the shadows of this alley, this lady emerges. And fireboats this vampire, and he literally disintegrates to dust. And then this person is looking at you. What'd you do?
Appreciate the help. Don't know who you are, but appreciate the last second save.
You are the prophesized one. I shall strike down all who attempt to kill you.
That's neat. I don't recall asking.
I've seen what you must do. The world needs you. No one else could do what you must.
You know, I've met weirder people, but you top the list. Ugh.
I've seen more than you could ever imagine.
And what are your visions?
The divine secrets of the future.
Huh. If you're looking
Glimpses
for money,
into
I don't
things we
got
cannot-
any.
I need not your money, only your survival. You
Oh.
must do the things that you must.
Were you just gonna follow me around, or
To ensure you do not die, yes.
I don't suppose I'm gonna be getting rid of you anytime soon?
Doubtful.
Oh, better to travel with another person. So I guess you can follow me around.
All right.
I'm gonna like limp my way. Still try to
fade in the
remain like really
fog.
cool, you know? But I'm just like limping, kind of crawling.
We fade into the fog. So Connor Lear, you have met Seraphina Nightshade. This is your follower. Do you accept her? You can't say no. She's kind of creepy.
Yeah, a little bit. I feel like she'd show up in my room at the dead of night, you know? Like stand at the foot of the bed kind of shit.
That's kind of the vibe, yeah. It's up to you.
I accept.
All right. This is the seer. I will send you her.
If I would have gotten any sort of lucky with any of those rolls, man.
Well, you almost had him with the freaking fireball.
Hey, man. I was just like, I wonder if it'll work, you know?
Yeah, it would have worked, but yeah. So she just has firebolt, really. That's her main thing. So Seraphina Nightshade, the seer, was born with a gift that set her apart from others, her ability to see into the future. From a young age, she possessed the ability to peer into the realm of visions and glimpses of the future. Her extraordinary talent as a seer granted her insights that eluded ordinary mortals, but it also burdened her with the weight of destiny. Growing up in a secluded village, Seraphina's visions were met with both awe and fear. The village elders recognized the potency of her gift and sought to guide her towards her true purpose. They nurtured her abilities, teaching her to interpret her visions and harness them for the greater good. As Seraphina honed her skills, she started receiving recurring visions of a prophesized hero destined to bring balance and harmony to a world on the brink of chaos. These visions unveiled the future threatened by a malevolent force that sought to plunge the world into darkness. Seraphina understood that it was her duty to safeguard the Chosen One and eliminate any threats that stood in their way. Driven by a profound sense of purpose, Seraphina made a fateful decision to become the instrument of justice, the flame that would purify the path of the prophesized one. She embraced the notion that in order to protect the light, she must confront and eradicate the darkness. Seraphina resolved to burn the enemies of the prophesized hero, utilizing her seer abilities to anticipate their actions and strike with precision. Through rigorous training and self-discipline, Seraphina not only developed her gift of foresight, but also honed her physical prowess. She became a master of stealth and combat, blending her supernatural insights with deadly martial skills. Seraphina adorned herself in dark, flowing garments, donning a mask that concealed her identity, a symbol of the shadowy justice she would enact upon those who threatened the prophesized one.
I'll just
Yeah,
look
so
to the stat block. What are her stats?
yeah. To be fair, the stats of all the followers are a little broken, mostly because okay, so it says like all their stats are 16 or 18, and that means on all their rolls they get a +3 or +4. So
But
they're
I
pretty
can't
broken.
firebolt.
but only has firebolt. So
God.
that's payoffs. Um,
So nerfed for real.
although when you get to 6th level, she'll have hold person. You know, So that's something.
I already have that.
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
so you've all met your followers.
Thanks.
Connor O'Leary, is
Indeed.
there anything else you want to do in your 3 weeks of blood?
I'd probably like to just kind of look around and see if other people are just like staying in or how they're reacting to the fog, and I think my character would also spend some time trying to figure out that ring that I found.
Okay. You have enough connections in the city, betrayed by the Illumin or not, to find someone who can identify this ring. It is the ring of Air Elemental Command. That's a stat block you can look up. It's
What?
useless
Everybody-
it is useless unless you can find an Air Elemental to command, though. So, yeah, that's why you didn't do anything. Yeah, you shouldn't, because I know what you're thinking, and that's exactly what it's for.
Oh yeah, I can create air
I didn't just
elementals.
randomly generate that. You can? What?
Yeah, wizards can do a lot of shit, bro.
Oh, fuck, man. Well, there
Pretty
you
sure-
go.
I'm pretty sure my
You can just
shit can
command
shoot
it.
out a magic bolt. Are you kidding?
Fair. All right. Yeah. So, ends with that is.
Cool.
You do that now?
If I found the spell, I could. I can't right now because my level 3. I took Melf's Minute Meteors, Fireball. I took 2 more. Hold on. Summon Undead and Wall of Sand.
Hmm.
Wall of Sand is broken. Yeah, it's just a sand wall, 30 feet long, 10 feet high, and 10 feet thick.
Yep.
You really
This
put
was fun.
emphasis on thick there.
Yeah. Can
Very
also
important.
launch
10
arrows.
feet thick.
10 feet thick.
My
So,
my follower gets wind wall at level 5.
Yeah, well, you know what my follower gets? Hold person.
Yeah. So the Ring of Air under command, you can use the ring's charges to cast Dominate Monster on an air elemental. And if you fall, you descend 60 feet per round to take no damage from falling. You can also speak and understand Orin, which is like the air language. And if you help slay an air elemental while attuned to the ring, you gain access to the following additional properties: resistance to lightning damage, flying speed equal to your walking speed, and can hover, and can cast the following spells from the ring, expending the necessary number of charges: Chain Lightning 3 charges, Gust of Wind 2 charges, and Wind Wall for 1 charge.
That's insane. All right.
Well, you have to slay an air elemental while you're in the ring, but
You never said a big air elemental, all right?
that's true. It doesn't say that. That's not raw, man. So okay. Is there anything else you want to do? Your character wants to do in these 3 weeks of blood?
Yeah, so does my character find out anything about just how the general folk are taking what's going on, or like what rumors they think is going on?
Yeah, so the mundane folk have this conspiracy theory that the government is using the fog to control who can see the construction of the new skyscraper in the city, because there's a conspiracy theory that there's devil worship going on inside of it or something like that.
Oh, that seems
Yeah,
common.
I mean, that's
there
pretty
might be
accurate,
legitimacy
I mean,
there.
like,
There might be a little bit of legitimacy to that.
You better write that down,
definitely
because I'm not gonna remind you later.
they're
It's recorded.
Totally not pissing in the air
Yeah,
and telling me it's raining.
The mundane people are like, it's fog, you know, it's fucking New York City. What the fuck do you expect?
It's true.
That's the vibe you get from like the normal person. More magical folk that you might encounter, they're like, yeah, they're fucking vampires. This is fucking bad. I'm staying in my fucking house. You do notice interestingly, like the government seems to be like on top of issuing like, dude, stay at home if you don't have to leave orders.
I mean, but
Which
I know
is
the government
weird.
has ties to the Illumin.
Right. That's true. So, and they're all like, oh man, the air quality's bad. You shouldn't leave your house if you don't have to, kind of thing.
Like that in real life right now.
Yeah, kind of. So yeah, that's definitely that's
Okay, cool.
otherwise, I mean, people are taking it either they don't understand what's happening or they're like, they're fucking vampires, bro.
Yeah, our air
Fucking staying
quality.
inside.
Our air quality yesterday was up above 250. So maybe they said that.
Yeah, so is there anything specific you want to learn or
Oh, one more thing. Is there a specific center of the fog? Has that been triangulated? Anything like that?
if you wanted to spend time during those 3 weeks to figure it out, you could. Is that something your character wants to like dig into?
Yeah.
Just a moment.
Yeah, you're all good. I mean, if we can figure out where the center of the vampire, fog is, I mean, there's a possibility there that we could actually find out what's going on and why.
So you spend probably a week and a half of these 3 weeks,
I'm
like
gonna
trying
end
to
stream
triangulate where
there,
the fog is coming from.
and you'll find out
You
where it is
narrow it
next time we
down
meet.
to be